Hello, everyone.
Yay!
Welcome to the 1-year anniversary celebration for the Bourbon Van. We're not even close to squared up here. What a way to start.
Hey, we never do it right.
This is typical Bourbon Fan fashion. If we can be a little bit off, we're going to be a little bit off.
It sounds like you can hear us. That's like a first.
Yeah, we got one thing right so far, and it's the audio, and even that's not all that great. We'll talk about all that stuff tonight, but
Guys,
first
we're
off,
so excited that you're here.
Yeah, by the way,
I'm like jazzed.
I'm Phil.
Oh, this is usually my bit.
Yeah.
I'm Julie.
Welcome to the Bourbon Van.
Norman will probably make an appearance. He
I'm
was
sure.
just eating, and so he'll do some zoomies and then nap and then show up.
He's angry sleeping over there because he tried to get into the cabinet to get more food.
Yes.
And he was told that that's not something that he could do. So,
yes.
So he's angry sleeping. I'm going to bring the computer a little bit closer here.
Well, let's say hi to some people, huh?
The new set is
Guys,
going
there's so
on
many
here.
of you here. I feel just tickled.
I'm tickled as well. Yeah. Thank you for tickling us.
Yeah. That's weird, but I like it.
Well, we got a lot of friends here, a lot of people to say hello to, and a lot to get through tonight. So
get through. Hit this guy with the agenda.
Hey, look, I got a list. Look at this. I put this together myself. A lot to do.
I think we're pumped. It's been a while.
Hyped.
We had a wonderful 2-hour chat with our Patreons last week, and I'm sure they could tell that we were over the moon to have people excited, just to be excited to talk to you guys again.
Completely. And well, let's start first off by saying happy Veterans Day, and thank you to everyone who is a veteran for your service. We can't tell you how much that we all appreciate you and what you've done for us. And we should say what the theme is for tonight. Do you know what the theme is? Did I tell you?
No. So Phil has kept me in the dark. I've been trying to avoid all
secret time.
Yeah, all conversations and whatever. But I don't know what the theme is. I mean, I figured it had something to do with drinking. So,
Well, yes and no. It is the number 1.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, I hope there's a 1910 involved.
Hey, I mean, it could be. It might be. Anything can happen here at the Bourbon Van, and usually does.
Yeah.
So welcome to this live stream where the theme is number 1, and we're going to get pouring first. We got to get something to drink, then we're going to start introducing, saying hello, right?
Also, yeah, and we have to. I mean, I haven't read. There's comments just coming in. I want to read some comments. Say hello. We'll pour a drink.
Well, let's get started on the drinks. We're going to start with a bottle. You might have predicted this. And by the way, feel free to drop your predictions for whatever you think that the bottles might be that we're going to try tonight. I have 3 bottles. The number 1 is the theme. So,
okay. Somewhere in the...
I'm going to start with the one that might be the most obvious. And I'm going to reach over here to our Tennessee section of the new shelving. Look at this new shelving, by the way. Look at this right? If you go back and watch our first video ever produced, which was a year ago today, the wood finish challenge, 1 shelf, 37 total bottles.
I will say, Phil posted on Instagram today, and it was from our very first video. It was black and white, which make it even eerier. There was 12 bottles on the shelf, and I feel slightly embarrassed by the amount that we have now.
Embarrassed is not the word I would use.
Since I was told, I'm the one that's trying to always keep a rein on things, and I really went off the rails.
Well, we're popping 3 bottles tonight, which is it's roughly a tenth of what we started the channel with.
Yeah.
So starting tonight with this beautiful bottle we picked up on our recent road trip.
Yep.
Can't wait to get into this one. My brother poured us some of this. I don't know if you remember that.
I might have just had a quick sip. I think there was lots going on, and
so this is going to be a new one.
Rushing through. Yeah.
This is Chattanooga whiskey, 111 proof, 111. Get it? The theme of 1. We are making it happen, and this is, as I said, these are all the cork pops.
Oh, we haven't
opened any of these.
Oh, guys, you know how I love a cork pop.
Into it tonight. It's all happening.
I will say this is one of the bottles that we had on the list. There's a lot of bottles that came home with us that were definitely not on the list. Yep. This was one of them, so I'm excited that we actually got it.
Yeah, rip into it. It's like Christmas.
Oh,
that's a great pop.
That was a 1-year cork pop.
One more reason to love Chattanooga whiskey. Look at this bottle. It's gorgeous.
Oh, I'm excited.
They're doing great things in Tennessee over there. So absolutely fantastic. And this bottle, by the way, we want to call them out. Lake Liquors, Cedar Lake, Indiana.
Oh, right.
$49.99.
My gosh.
I thought it was a great deal.
If you're ever in Northwest Indiana, seriously, it was like a crazy store. Love it.
well,
so let's say hi to some
why
people.
don't you go
and
ahead
I'll
and start
pour.
pouring, and I'll get to it. Bourbon of the week is here. Chris, who just joined the YouTube partner program today. Congrats to Chris. That's
Is that
great.
too much?
Oh dear.
Should I split?
Maybe
it?
we split that one. We got a lot of whiskey to drink tonight, but we don't need to do it all on the first sip. There is Ethan Turk. Ethan and Katie Turk, by the way, they have donated, and they're
just
the
lovely individuals,
gracious people. We got to meet them in Kentucky. Went to the Silver Dollar with them, actually. It was a fantastic time. And Ethan and Katie they're donating tonight's flights.
I know.
There's
Come
one
on, guys.
that's going
So
to a Patreon and one that's going to you folks. And let me get that banner going so that you can see how to enter for it. For every dollar contributed via Super Chat tonight, you get an entry to receive possibly one of these flights. And so it is
Patreons are already entered, so you don't have to do it. I mean,
right. There's two giveaways tonight. One is for Patreons. One is for everybody who enters tonight. So Ethan and Katie, we'll let you introduce what each of those is down the way. I can tell you they're very good whiskeys that I don't think we've tried any of them. So
color me jealous.
Yeah, fantastic stuff. There's Ruby Heart 921 drinking an FAE01 and an FAE02 tonight. That's a great find. Well done.
It's a good combo.
Fantastic combo. We got Paul checking in for Thunder Bay of all places.
My favorite.
My favorite
Thunder Bay, Ontario. I love it. Yeah.
Grumpy old farts here, drinking a Leopold Brothers 3-chamber rye. We fell in love with the Leopold Brothers bottle on our trip this year. Tracked one down, loving it, but we did not get the 3-chamber rye. That's when we got our eyes open for. There's Katie. Hello, Katie. Matt H drinking a New Riff single barrel.
Got to try. I mean, we've had the New Riff. I think a couple samples, but we picked up a bottle and then also got to try some New Riff, and I'm impressed. I like it.
Yeah,
it's delicious.
Yeah, with this,
I feel like we did a lot of try some new stuff over the last 2 months.
We've got a New Riff bottled and bound rye back here that we tried at the Silver Dollar, and I liked it so much we bought a bottle as soon as we saw it. Eric C is here. Welcome, Eric. Grumpy old fart drinking the Traverse City Rye Barrel Proof. We found one. We bought it. It was one of the last things we bought in Tennessee.
That was one of the things that was on our list as well.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like we had a long list. My list was probably a lot shorter, but the Traverse City was on there, so I am excited to get into that one.
Fantastic. Really cannot wait. We've got so many great ryes to show off this winter. It's going to be ridiculous. The content that we've got it's a spoil of riches.
Yes, but also it's starting to get cold here, which is my least favorite time of year. So I'm glad we have some things to keep us warm.
Yeah, that should do the trick. Do you want to let's take a quick cheers. We want to say thanks to everybody for 1 full year of supporting the channel and making.
I cannot believe it. Literally, seriously, cannot believe it. The love that you guys share. I mean, we're just having the best time. You guys are amazing. I feel fortunate to be in this position, and we're still having fun. And I think that's key, right?
Well, and we're going to be calling out a lot of you individually tonight who have been great supporters of the channel and have been very encouraging and supportive and done the things that allow us to keep doing this thing. So let's go to the nose.
Yeah, it's really brown sugary. It smells amazing.
Yeah.
I just want to dive right in.
Brown sugar, vanilla, and oak. Cheers.
Cheers. Guys, again, thank you so much. We really appreciate you. Ooh, oh, yeah. Not bad. Not bad way to start the day.
That's lovely.
Ooh, nice and oaky, a little chocolatey.
I'm glad that we started with the
brown sugary.
We started with a Old Forester Statesman as a little bit of a warm up. I'm glad we did because
like that Statesman.
First whiskey of the day. This would have been a little much, but this is really nice. There's some spice
Feels
there.
Feels fine to me.
Cinnamon chocolate. What can I say? There's Lyle. Lyle, welcome. He's one of the guys that early on, before we
one of our first supporters.
I mean, one of our earliest supporters, and he actually commented on one of our videos and said, "What is up with your editing style? It's so choppy. It hurts my eyes. I can't keep up." And for a hot second, I took offense, and I was like, "No, he's right.
Yeah, you always have to take everything.
I've got to do a better job." And he became, through that, just after that one comment, he's commented every video, been super supportive, member of the channel, one of our first Patreons, major supporter.
And
Lyle, we can't thank you enough.
Lyle, that the cuts are better, and I think Phil's improved even over the last couple months.
It's all about how
I commented about the smooth transitions.
Yeah. I also breathe less heavy when we're talking, and I think that that's less to cut out. Um, there's Zach. Welcome, Zach. Good
Hey,
to see you.
Zach.
Been a long time.
Oh my gosh.
Here's Melissa. Cheers, Melissa. Another fantastic support of the channel and really fun person from all I can gather.
I know someday we'll all meet someday.
There is Mr.
Oh my gosh,
Hugo.
this is delicious.
Regs, happy 1 year anniversary. Thank you so much. He's often shows up on these live streams, and we appreciate it every single time. There's Wendell Wilson. Congrats on 1 year. Great channel. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Wendell.
Means the world to us. Another fantastic supporter of the channel. Driver Joe is in the house. Cheers, Joe. I mean, I can say it about every single one of you. Fantastic supporter of the channel. So if I don't say it after you, know that you're a supporter of the channel that we appreciate.
Yeah.
Jeff Perkins. Cheers and congrats. Jeff Perkins, by the way, one of the first people to send us samples. That wasn't a thing that we knew people
No,
did
we
when
didn't
this
know
thing
that.
started.
And I'll be honest, I was like, is this safe and okay for this to happen? And I was skeptical, but
yeah, it's Jeff
so far
Perkins.
you guys are
Jeff,
in the cool.
L Dubs, Jeff Perkins, the Chi-Town sampler we're going to talk about later. All of them fantastic. There's Slapshot. Cheers. Thank you so much. Paul loves the shells. We do too, Paul.
Fortunately, I was like, they have to at least match, and they still had them in stock, so that was a good thing.
The Eric's, congratulations from the Ogre Lounge in Milwaukee, Oregon. Thank you so much.
Cool.
Love that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Melissa. There's Jim Lemke. Cheers to Jim. Katie says the shells look awesome. Thank you. There's Doug Tucker, a new member. Thank you so much for the support,
thanks,
Doug. I do want to talk about the membership a little bit because we're not offering a ton right now. You get a little icon after your name. There's some custom emoji going on.
Game.
We know, well, that's the plan. We know that YouTube is offering some new things that we have not gotten into yet. So we will be doing more with the memberships this coming year. So thank you for your support and thank you for your patience. We will do better. I don't know.
We're trying to get better. Sorry, Phil is talking serious, and I'm just like, yeah.
Well, hey, I've got an agenda here.
I know.
All these names on the list. They're on my list.
Yeah.
They're here. There's Not So Old Granddad. Thank you so much. Doug says, congrats on 1 year and cheers. Not So Old Granddad drinking at Remus Repeal 5 in the Bourbon Van Patreon. Glenn, that's just styling right there. And Not So Old Granddad suggested that because he's been recommending this Remus 5 to us for so long, we finally got a bottle. He said, I think that should be a Patreon only cork pop. And then you do a tasting for us. I think you're right. And we will.
I
so
like it.
That's coming soon.
I know we had to wait a long time to get it. I mean, I think it came in, but we were gone. So we just sat there waiting.
We got a couple suggestions on the number theme. The number theme, by the way, the theme is number 1.
Was I close on mine?
What did you say? 1910?
1910. Of course.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Patrick Q, thank you so much. Where's Norman? Well, he's still angry sleeping because he ate a little dinner but didn't get as much as he wanted. He tried to get into the cabinet and was roundly refused.
So Norman's he's on a little bit of a time warp, I think. So not only did we go through over the last, I guess, like 2 weeks, 3 different time zones, but then daylight savings, which
4. Eastern through Western.
Oh yeah, and then sorry, Mountain Time. I always forget about that. And then the time change, and he's just all out of whack. So we'll see. I'm sure he'll make an appearance though. He can't be unsocial for the whole evening. Cheers
to David making a suggestion on what that number theme might mean. Zach says that was a great pop. Got that right. There's
that
Joe.
Was a
Happy
first
Insta
anniversary
birthday.
Pop. That was one of the better ones we've had.
It was great. Yeah. Joe, thank you so much. One heck of a cork pop. I agree. That might be the best one we've had in a long time. Stephen says, righteous sound on the pop. Love it. Bourbon of the week. Heck of a pour, Melissa says. Yeah, that was a monster. Todd, thank you so much. That's the way to celebrate. All caps. I'm feeling that tonight. Look at that glorious shelf, Levi. Levi, another major supporter of the channel. One of our earliest supporters, maybe the earliest supporter. Thank you so much.
Yeah, it might have been like top 3 or something, I think.
Here we've got Eric's is in. He's in on the super chat tonight. The flight. Sorry, I guess I'm worked up. I'm worked up tonight.
I love
Mike,
it.
thank you so much. Katie says, happy to help celebrate the anniversary. Well, it means the world to us, so thank you so much. Whiskey Eyes, Leon and Trish are here. More fantastic
Hey!
friends of the channel.
I
So
know.
wonderful. Such great
It feels
supporters.
well. It has been. So we were talking about how we hadn't intended to try to do live streams over while we were gone, and then we were visiting a lot of family, so like things kind of got like really busy, and then we were worried that the Wi-Fi would be a little
The last thing we wanted to do
glitchy.
was put a not so great product out there.
Right.
Because we're usually such
Oh
professionals.
yeah, because it's usually looking just great, and so it was glitchy. And then we come home, and I realized that in the middle of nowhere, Arizona, in the middle of a forest, I got full bars on my phone, which would have been perfect for live streaming.
Would have been great.
In our own home here, we only get like 2 with like expensive Wi-Fi. So I was like, I think we just need to start just going with it.
That's one of the things that we're going to talk about. We do have big plans for this coming year because in this house, by the end of the year, we are expecting that fiber will be available. And we want to step up. StreamYard is putting us in 720p tonight. We would love to be 1080p, but our internet can't handle it yet. It'll handle it soon, and
feels so like
we'll get you on.
We live in like backwoods nowhere.
You would think with the internet service here, I'm not going to call out the internet service in by name because we're using it right now, and I don't want bad karma. But there's Bill Becker. We know how to say that now because it was explained to us recently. Thank you, Bill.
Yeah.
Cheers. There he is, Rich. Heavy pour. Yeah, that's the way to start. And Rich, by the way, sipping that Heaven's Door single barrel cask strength, was avoiding that brand until we made a couple of notes on our trip that we were enjoying it.
Hope that I don't get like penalized for saying this, but I'm a fan. I like don't want to go into any like weird gimmicks and stuff. I remember the Matthew McConaughey one came out, didn't like that one, but I'm a fan of the Heaven's Door, and I like Bob Dylan, so
yeah, shoot,
it all works out.
It all works out. Sting the Third, shout out Bourbon Vat, love the channel. Been on a bourbon journey this year. Your content helps guide and entertain. Hey, hashtag Budget Bourbon Bro. I love that. Fantastic. Yeah. That's what we want to hear. That means more to us than almost anything else. That's
We've
that's
been
why
on
we
a
started
bourbon
the
journey
channel.
as well.
That's why we started the channel.
Yeah.
Let's see. Peach Coke is here. Back in Oregon, I'm never going to find any bottles.
I did feel like there was like a richness in the Midwest that we'll never experience again, and even like South too. Yeah. You don't know until you go there, and then you're like, ew.
By the way, I was just clicking on people. I didn't even realize. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sting the Third. David Babcock's here. Cheers, David. Good to see
David.
you. Drinking Russell's Reserve Oregon store pick. Oh man, that's one we haven't found yet. We actually, when we went to Wild Turkey, that was one of the things we thought we were going to come home with was some random single barrel from Wild Turkey. But they have a glass shortage, and there was nothing there. We did see Jimmy Russell. That was the.
I know, and I played it real cool.
So cool.
I did like the so. I don't know if it was that cool, but I like waved. It was like.
Yeah, it was that cool.
He probably It was more Julie cool than like movie cool, probably.
Yeah, well, yes. There's Paul. Thank you so much, Paul.
Hello.
Always wonderful. Let's see.
The always wonderful
Paul.
I love
Paul
that.
was the first one to reach out to us, I think, on Instagram. He might have been the very first person to reach out to us, and he asked if we were going to do challenge coins, and we did. And they're still available. So,
good story.
Shout out. Bill's drinking Wyoming Outrider. We actually got our first bottle of Wyoming recently. We will be talking about that.
Yeah. Shocking.
I don't want to give anything away.
Are we allowed to say where we picked it up? Another great name that rivals Thunder Bay. Thunder Basin.
Oh, right. Yeah. That was neat.
It was cool.
I like Wyoming.
Yeah.
Let's see. Lyle says it's been a most enjoyable year. Congrats. Thank you. Yes, wow. I totally agree. We've learned a lot, grown a lot, and I'm going to get caught up on this chat here because I want to give a bunch of shout outs.
I hope it's been enjoyable. I mean, you guys have been so sweet and told us that it's enjoyable. So,
yeah.
I mean, I'm having a good time. These live streams, I mean, I like doing the videos too, but.
Oh, the live streams are the best.
I'm pretty chatty, so the live streams are where I really hit my stride.
Well, and it's perfect for me because I just talk, and then as soon as it's over, I can shut it down and just fall asleep.
Yeah.
Peter, another supporter and friend of the channel. Thank you so much. Stuff and Whiskey is here.
Guys,
1 year.
Another person we got to, people we got to meet in person in Nashville.
So generous, so
Amazing.
wonderful, so warm and lovely.
One of the best, well, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the best, but like one of the best chilies we've had, quite like way better than anything I make.
I'm not against saying
Yeah.
the best chili I've had in like as in recent memory.
Well, you only
Is that
eat
okay?
mine, and mine is not great. So
I think yours is fantastic.
yeah.
Thank you so much, and thanks for being friends of the channel and so supportive and so wonderful.
Yes, and it was, of course, you know, amazing to meet up. I love it. And subscribe to them if you haven't already.
Yeah, absolutely. Tyler McDowell is here. Cheers to 1 year and more to come. Yeah, I mean, hope so.
I didn't think we'd make it this far. I'll be perfectly honest.
No,
When Phil came up with the idea last year, I was like, sure, why not? We'll get like 12 people to watch us. It'll be great.
Well, I just want to call out, there was the beginning of the year. I'm going to do just a quick stats rundown for those of you who care about this sort of thing.
Which is good. We're here all night. I mean, Phil said like we're going to, but I think we're
we've
gonna
got 3 bottles to try, but
we're here
just
all
to
night.
start.
Yeah.
So when we started this thing, and those of you who were with us from the start know this, 1,000 subscribers at the end of our first year, that was the original goal. We thought if we can do that, we'll think about whether we want to keep doing the channel.
Mm-hmm.
And after 2 full months, it was January 17, we had 100 subscribers. And then on February 17, we had 200 subscribers.
Wait, can I start saying, like, I remember, I mean, you know, you get like your good friends, thank you guys, for subscribing right away. But like, I do remember being like, you know, you checking stats. He's a big stats guy.
Numbers
and
are cool.
He's like, oh my gosh, there's like 50 people that like subscribe to our channel. And it did seem like crazy.
It was cool.
Like 50 people, like not people you know, but like
shut
strangers.
off the heat. I forgot.
Oh, no wonder it's so hot in here.
No wonder.
I thought I was just getting like excited.
I am that too.
But I do remember that feeling of like, huh, that's interesting. Like
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that's what we thought was going to happen. And obviously we quadrupled it and then some over what our expectations were. And 6 months in, we had 100,000 views. And just a few days ago, we hit 300,000 views. So the things are growing and going in the right direction. We have you to thank for that, of course.
Yeah.
We have 55 Patreon supporters.
I know.
Which is bananas.
Bananas.
And
I have the best time with them.
We're in double-digit YouTube memberships. I think we might have 12 or 13 now.
Love it.
Unbelievable. And we're off, like I said before, we're offering very little on that right now, but it's coming. We're going to do more with that, and we're really enjoying the Patreon thing right now. If you like the jazz and whiskey,
Phil started
matchups. I actually made a kind of a short list of things that I'd like to talk about.
Yeah. So yeah, if you watched any of our previous, I don't know the general live streams, but definitely the Patreon, obviously, we are a big jazz family here.
Mm-hmm.
And while we were on the road, I mean, that's the one thing we like to listen to in the van. It just kind of mellows you out at the end of the night. So we put on just random album, whatever, drink a glass of bourbon or whiskey or ride. And Phil started, like right when we started, it was just like one of those things where like, I'm like, what are you doing over in the corner? And he would just start, you know, he was just like writing. I don't know if you were actually writing or if you were typing, whatever.
It's the same thing these days.
Same thing. And started this little whiskey jazz pairing. And I think it was a hit. I liked it. So
hey, it's one of my favorite things to do, and I plan on doing a lot more, but it's the season for it. I mean, what else am I going to do?
Maybe it's a Christmas. Anyone like Christmas music? Because we're obsessed with Christmas.
You're going to get some Christmas jazz recommendations if you're on our Patreon channel. Cheers, Peter Mueller. Thank you so much. Let me know if it's Mueller or Mueller if you have a second. But thank you so much for the super chat there. You're in for the flight. Did you get them? You got them already. Look at you. You like this stuff.
We should have bought another bottle.
It's brown sugar,
problem.
vanilla, caramel oak. It's beautiful.
This is the problem. It's like you have something that you like, and when you like it, you want multiple bottles of it, but you shouldn't spend that kind of money. I mean,
shouldn't. Who's to say?
Couldn't, shouldn't, wouldn't. I don't know.
Mark says, where can I get a cat shirt? Go to thebourbonvan.com, www.thebourbonvan.com or bourbonvan.com. The store is there. We got glasses. We got challenge coins. We got
I'm sure you've got
loads of shirts.
You've got a thing that goes through a little banner.
I probably have a banner. Yeah,
let's see how much of this set up for everything.
Let's see how much of the screen we can take up here.
You don't have to do it.
No, hang on. I have an overlay.
I was just thinking like it might be easier.
All right. Perfect. That worked out great.
Don't worry
we'll
about
come back to it. Thebourbonvan.com. Tons of stuff, new styles all the time. the newest one we don't even have a shirt of yet is Norman peeking around the logo.
I know we kind of thought about that because he's so sneaky. But next
true.
year, Phil always talks about all the things that we're going to do next year or over the next year. And one of them, I want to get more things up on the store, more Patreon things. You know, we're learning. I didn't know if we'd make it a year.
Kim is on board. Cheers, Kim. Thank you so much for the support. Lyle and Bourbon of the Week. Bourbon of the Week, by the way, Chris, if you're not subscribed to his channel, check him out. He understands TikTok.
Yeah, we're too old for that.
Yeah, I don't know what he's doing over there,
Yeah.
but he's got like millions of views already.
And
well done, Chris.
my other job, this isn't a job, this is just fun, but in my real life job, we're starting to dabble in TikTok, and I actually gave it to the 24-year, like it was like all of us. It felt like, what is that, Steve Buscemi? Buscemi, where he does like, hey, young kids.
Fellow kids. How do
Hello,
you
fellow
do?
kids.
Yeah.
So it was just a bunch of us
pretty
like
much us
talking
all
to
the
the
time.
24-year-olds saying like, you're going to have to take this over.
Look at you, Whiskey Eyes, Leon and Trisha. Leon and Trisha, congrats. Went and bought a bottle at Nashville Barrel Company yesterday. All your faults. Hey, that is.
I want to hear.
whiskey.
I want to hear how you like it.
That is good whiskey.
Did you guys do a tasting or no? But it's not it's not an affordable buy, unfortunately.
No, as
but
far as
it
brands
is,
go,
yeah,
it is
but it is
expensive.
was one of the biggest surprises that we had. It was lovely
For the money. At first, when we saw the pricing, we're like, oof, is this really going to be worth the money? And then we started trying their whiskeys and realized they're all pretty much worth it. They're amazing.
Also, like normally Phil's like, let's just get it. And I'm like, well, hold the phone. But no. And he was actually the one to say, Julie, we cannot have that bottle. We're going to get this one instead.
I was under control.
Because I was all in. It
She
was
was
so
all in.
delicious.
She wanted the 9-year rye. I talked her into the 8-year rye and we saved $50.
Sure did, which is a whole bottle of most of the things on our shelf.
Right. Yeah. Every time I think that's a Pikesville, I go, nope, we're going to get the other one.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Leon and Trisha. Carol, welcome and thank you for becoming a member.
Thank you. What do we have up there now as the little icons? I know there's a little Norman, there's a little van.
There's a van, there's a Norman, there's an OGD 114 bottle,
Oh,
which is probably my favorite.
I know, you do like that.
Mark wants to know if we got this year's Midwinter Nights dram. We didn't
Not
yet.
yet.
I don't think it's released here in Oregon. Chris from Bourbon of the Week offered to ship us one because he was able to track some down.
We did try some at Stuff and Whiskey.
That's
house,
right. Yeah.
And it was delicious.
Yeah, it was dynamite. That's really good.
And we still have last year's bottles, so that is what I would like to see. I like to compare. I don't know why. It doesn't matter if one's better than, like, it's not that one's better. They usually taste completely different, but I am interested to see. Yeah.
Yeah. Ernie as a cat wants to say congrats. Thank you so much, Ernie as a cat.
Every live stream I say this, softest cat in the biz.
Softest cat in the biz. So soft. Cheers from Seattle. We appreciate that. Thank you. We love Seattle.
Yay,
we're going to get up there soon.
PNWs.
It's been too long since we were in Seattle.
Yeah.
Johnny Drama. Congrats to Norman and his co-stars.
I said this on a couple videos ago. I said, you come for the Norman, you just get us instead. He had a couple videos while we were on the road where he was like on point. Yeah. But normally he's just sleeping.
He was such a rock star on the road too. People were really, really concerned, and we appreciate the concern. People are going, is he okay on the road? What, isn't he excited to get home? Honestly, since he's been home, I think he's been a little frustrated.
He likes the fresh air.
Fresh air, the hot sun coming in, plenty of places for him to relax. He could go out on his leash and explore and be outside and do the things that a cat likes to do. So here he's just sitting on the back of the couch angrily. So
and to be honest,
he likes being on the road.
I was gonna say, like, we had amazing weather, so we kept going places that were warm. We specifically went south so that we wouldn't hit the weather that we're having right now. So he got to go outside every day, and he's only interested really for a few hours, like maybe an hour in the morning and then an hour at night. Mm-hmm. And the rest, he just wanted to sit in the one of the seats that may or may not have been just direct sunlight and just like sleep all day. So
he enjoyed it everywhere we went. It was really, and it was so cool for us too. I mean, he was just always there, and we were you're close to one another. So it could be a bit much, but it was great. If you wanted snuggles, you just reach your hand over and get them. Regs, no hurry, man. We're going to be here all night, bud. For better or worse.
Yeah, for better or worse, maybe.
Overload.
I already feel like I'm like all jazzed up. Like sometimes it takes me like two warm-ups to get so energized, but I'm already there, guys.
No, look, and if we turned the camera around, you would see we've got lamps, we have lights. One more thing that we're working on: new lighting, new audio, new camera, and new computer for actually editing, so we can do some proper editing work and proper screen graphics and things like that. We're not going to go too far.
He
We're not ESPN or something.
well, I mean, because that's his business. He gets a little down by the editing. But I said really the only thing I care about is that we give you guys better sound. Because sometimes I watch things and I'm like, oh man,
Yeah.
surprised people are even watching.
It's really the hardest thing.
The indoor, because outdoor, I think actually works out a lot better than our indoor setup.
I mean, outdoor stuff is more fun, honestly.
Well, maybe you're more forgiving on the outdoor.
That's possible.
Yeah.
Stephen, thank you so much. Here's at least
Cheers.
10 more anniversaries.
10 more. Oh boy.
We'll see. We'll see. We would be fortunate to have 10 more anniversaries.
That would actually be awesome.
Hopefully we don't get canceled by YouTube for not bringing enough entertainment.
Do
they do that? They don't do that. They don't care.
I thought at this point in my life I'd probably be done drinking, and I'm, still doing it. So I figured, let's keep going.
I never thought that. Christopher is here. Cheers, Chris. Christopher, by the way, got himself some Pikesville, and he's loving it recently.
Gosh. So this, because it's our 1-year celebration, I can talk about all of the things, right? And so you may or may not have known that prior to starting this channel, I was just a baby bourbon drinker, like 3 bottles maybe is all I think I started with 4 Roses Yellow Label. I probably had 1910 at that point.
You'd had 1910, you'd have Buffalo Trace.
And Buffalo Trace.
We did a Weller, we did a wheated bourbon 4-bottle blind.
Yeah, but that was like the summer that we started. I'm talking like before this really started.
Sure.
Like those were basically I drank 3 bottles, and that was over 10 years, like the things. And so I've definitely come a long way. Pikesville, circling back because it always takes me a while. Pikesville was one of those where I don't remember, you probably brought it to the house, like, you're gonna like this. I just got obsessed with it because the price. I know the price point is unbeatable for the flavors that you get, and then it started my journey with rye, and I do love a rye.
Can't believe how much you're enjoying the rye this year. Whiskey prices, the highest tax in the nation here in Seattle. It's tough. That's true. Fantastic selection in Washington State, though. We have to go there for Wilderness Trail. We go there for Barrel.
It is some things. I was gonna say it's a trade-off, right? Because we don't have any taxes here. Huge bonus.
Well, no sales tax.
Sales tax. Oh yeah, sorry, not blanket taxes. Sales tax. Huge bonus, and it's price controlled. But you guys do get a lot better stuff than we can.
Yeah. Todd, I could give you a hug for this comment because next week, Wednesday, we are at 5 p.m. going live. We are going to be picking live from, I believe there's 60 or 70 bottles. We are going to be picking the bottles that will be in this year's Advent tournament that starts on December 1. Patreons will have a little extra time to get in. The first 24 hours will be for them. But there's plenty of room for everybody. It's going to be a riot. Julie will have a bracket. I will have a bracket. They're all the same bottles, but as we move through it, of course, our tastes are different. So we'll each choose different ones. But it'll be just like last year's Advent tournament.
It gets a little bit wonky. I get a little because I hate drinking something different than he's drinking. But like we said, and probably why you tune in. If you like drinking what I drink, then you'll follow along and Phil drinks. But I am excited about this. We have, last year we had to buy bottles to start the tournament. This year we actually get to narrow it down. Right. So I'm excited. I've picked 5 that I wanted in.
4.
Sorry.
We each picked 4.
I've picked 4 that I've wanted in. 2 of them are bottles that I did not like. So I want to see how they blindly fall in
this. We both did that, yeah.
And then 2 of them are ones that I definitely wanted in just to see how it stacks up against whatever else is going to happen.
And we are not saying a bourbon has to match a bourbon or a barrel proof has to match a barrel proof. We're going full chaos this year.
We're going to go chaos. We're just going to pick it next year.
That's where it goes in.
Next week. Yeah.
It's going to be fun. Next Wednesday, join us. It'll be great. We're going to have some kind of giveaway. Not sure what that's going to be yet, but join us then. And thanks for your interest. Advent tournament's going to be so fun.
Phil's been talking about, I was going to say, Phil's been talking about the Advent tournament since April.
Yeah.
So
it's my favorite thing. It's chaos, but I found a way to automate the scoring this year. I found a proper plug-in for the website. So it'll all be done from the website. It'll all be automated. I won't have to sit there and check numbers every year or every single day, which was tiring. Trevor from the Bourbon Branch, what is going on?
Arkansas.
Oh my goodness. We had so much fun in Little Rock. Trevor won't tell you this, but Little Rock is a cool city, and we enjoyed ourselves
true.
there very much.
We were only there for
river
like
and
20 hours, maybe not even, but we had a good time.
we will spend more time in Little Rock at some point because I thought it was a great little city. I'd love to spend more time there.
Yeah, and it was great meeting you. Thank you for the hospitality.
Yeah,
I love meeting people on the road.
And thanks for introducing us to Rocktown Distilling. Solid distillery right there in the city.
The most rain I've seen 10 years.
It was really coming down. And by the way,
we don't get a lot of rain where we live.
Tomorrow's video is a 5-Sip Friday that was filmed in Little Rock the night of the rainstorm, and you do get to see some of the rain, and you'll see how we perform when it rains. That's a Eric C and Ruby Heart 921 joint, by the way. So Eric and Ruby, we didn't.
Someday we'll get one right. Well, not that I'm saying that we didn't get it right.
Yeah, maybe we did.
Spoiler alert! Please still watch it, even though that we just spoiled that for you. But maybe you'll be better than we were.
Yeah. See if you can follow our guesses.
Yeah.
Keith is another supporter and friend of the channel. Happy anniversary! Switched over from 100 proof Old Forester rye to my go-to Wild Turkey 101.
Love the
101. Is that good? Cheers from South Carolina. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Keith.
Definitely not upset about that.
Joe Dawson's here. Cheers, Joe. Good to see you.
Cheers.
Cooper's Craft. All right.
Love
now you're talking.
We're out of that. So that used to be in our decanter. That was like our decanter bottle.
Yeah, now it's very old Barton 90 proof.
Oh yeah.
Which I love.
I didn't even know.
Until we're out of it because we can't get it here. When that's gone, then we'll probably bring it back to Cooper's Craft. This is the first time in a year and a half that we haven't had a bottle of Cooper's Craft Barrel Reserve in the house.
Yeah.
Because we finished it before our trip and never restocked it.
It's one of those that we actually can get here. So sometimes I feel bad about talking about it. I feel bad talking about it because I know a lot of you can't get it.
Yeah.
But it is very delicious.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Julie Cool is now officially a thing. Julie Cool would make a good t-shirt.
Everything I say makes a good t-shirt.
Accurate. Thank you so much, Bill Becker.
Thank you, Bill.
Yeah, we'll keep working on it. It's not always easy, and with our full-time jobs and all the travel, it can sometimes be a real pain in the neck. But it's nights like this that make it worth it.
I am loving the live streams, and now that winter's to be perfectly honest, like when we're out camping and all the stuff, like videos and stuff, it just comes naturally. Like we just are, it's kind of a setting, right? Like
being in the outdoors helps.
Being on the outdoors, you're camping, you're gonna have a beverage anyway, like everything kind of falls into place and you're just like in this mood. So with winter though, we have a lot more content. Last year, like we didn't have a lot of stuff because we were new both in like buying bourbons and obviously with the channel, like we struggled with coming up with ideas. So like every week we'd be like, what are we gonna do now? And so now I feel like we've got like a bit of a list. Somebody wants to come say hi.
Oh my goodness, everybody's favorite. Here it comes. Let's say hi to LJ, little late howdy from Texas. Thank you so much, LJ. We ripped through Texas. We were only there for a couple of days, but man, did we love it. It was fantastic. And Monday's video, our first Texas whiskey video. So yeah, we're already branching out. But hopefully you like what you see on that one. We were stoked. Texas treated us very, very well.
Yeah. And we'll be back. So I know our patrons know this too. We spent a lot of time we went to Chicago and then spent a bunch of time. And then, of course, we were in Kentucky and Tennessee for a while. But then we needed to get back. So we're going to do the South over. Texas is one of those places that we want to spend some time in.
Absolutely.
Just from one of our things.
Yeah.
Say hi to everybody.
All the states across the South, the Southwest, we owe you another visit. We can't wait to get back. Where were we? You don't have to edit the live stream. Thank you, Bill. We're going to do a lot more of these.
I know. I love the live streams.
David Fields. Congratulations,
David,
man. People love your channel. Cheers from Atlanta. David and Michelle, come see us.
Heck yeah.
We didn't make it to Georgia this time around. We made it. The furthest east that we made it was Castle and Key Distillery, I think. And then we started heading back west. Like we said, we kind of got rushed home. We were actually planning a couple of days closer to Dickel and still wondering at that point if we were going to go to the far southeast, Florida, and then come back across the deep south. We just wound up coming straight home because that was we had no choice at that point. But it happens.
But we will. we'll definitely come that way.
Yeah.
I've got family down in the Florida area and friends down in the Florida area. So we have every intention of taking the van both to the East Coast, more north, because we missed Minnesota and we know a lot of you are in Minnesota.
Yeah, we're coming to Minnesota. You guys will,
and
you'll
especially
see
the
us.
West, because of course we live here and it's a lot, a lot easier
Yeah.
for us to get around. So yeah.
Absolutely. Northwest Bourbon. Cheers, Northwest Bourbon.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Cheers.
Another friend of the channel. Always wonderful. Wendell Wilson. Love getting in on some flight giveaways.
Hi,
Sipping on some
Wendell.
Blue Run Rye and some EHT for the special occasion. Yeah, we saw you on Instagram.
I was gonna say your
out there.
Instagram is on point, dude.
Man, one day we're just gonna roll up one day and park in your driveway, and we're gonna hang out in your garage with you, and it's gonna be miraculous. It's gonna be wonderful. One of these days.
I feel like it feels always,
I'm constantly showing Julie
like, look at this. I was like, man,
look at he's at this
God.
meetup, and now look at his chair. He's sitting there
know.
watching he's got college football going, drinking whiskey. Looks pretty good to me.
I know.
Here we go, LJ.
Hey, thanks, LJ.
New to collecting and finding, hard to find bourbons and ryes. Well, cheers, and we hope that we're providing some benefit to that end.
Mildly good information.
Well, one of the things that I'd like to do, because 5 Sip Fridays are things that we do outside. We do them outdoors, and winter is coming here. We can't go sip outside. You just don't get the same sort of. You don't pick up the aromas.
I will say we might be a little better if we did it inside. But maybe not. Probably not. Oh, good. Yeah, I was gonna say everyone wants to see that.
So season 1 of 5 Sip Friday is ending here in November. We will be bringing it back when we start traveling again, and I'm looking over here at the samples because there are 28 samples that we have for
season 2 5 Sip Friday. Yeah, so it's gonna end at the end of November. I think we have a couple extra that we've already recorded.
We have them
that might be bonus. Or maybe we'll save them until next year. But with the Advent tournament coming up, that's going to be the ticket, really.
With the Advent tournament coming up, it's too much of a distraction. So we'll figure that out.
Oh, bless you. So Norman, I think, has a bit of a cold. He's not used to this cold weather, and he's just very sneezy lately.
He has been sneezy. He's been better, though.
Yeah.
Melissa says, I have 2 of the Bourbon Van coins. Buy them if you don't have them. They are great. We like to think that they're some of the best coins, maybe the best.
We're allowed to say that because they're ours, but yeah.
I'm going to put these glasses away because it's time to get on to bottle number 2.
Yes.
If you're just joining us, the theme of the night is the number 1. And we started tonight with Chattanooga 111 whiskey. Yours actually isn't empty. Do you want to finish that?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Also,
how did I finish mine before you? Doesn't make any sense.
I'm so chatty. I have a cat. Also, in case you're just joining us as well, we're giving away 2 flights tonight. One is going to our Patreons because it's a year and we really love you guys too. But we really love everybody. So 2 flights tonight. So enter to win.
Absolutely. Ruby says she's anxiously waiting for my sneaky Norman t-shirt to arrive. Go to thebourbonvan.com and check out the new t-shirt with Norman peeking around the logo.
Sneaky Norman.
It's just the best. He understands TikTok.
Yeah.
We're old.
And if you're new and this is the first time joining, this is Norman, the reason that everyone shows up. And he is 15. So he's a very...
he's going to be 16 in January.
Crotchety old man.
Yeah. Leon and Tricia did a flight and bought a bottle of the 8-year rye at Nashville Barrel Company. You'll see that we have 3 of them back here. They're just fell in love with that brand over there. We would honestly love to do a bottle pick there at some point. I don't know how we figure that out, but it's one thing that we're working on.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, David says that Midwinters is now in Oregon. That's fantastic.
Great.
That's
So that should come out to us soon then, into our little store, our stores out here.
I sure hope so. Shout out, by the way, to a couple of the stores that we love. Rose City in
Norman for flying around.
Yeah, there's a lot of it. Rose City in Portland, Bend South, of course, in Bend. We know that some of you have actually had good luck finding some picks there and other things. And then Trailhead, of course, is just, we love that whiskey wall. And they're just the nicest people in the whole world. So thank you to Angela and Justin and the whole team, Oliver, everybody over there. You guys are great.
And we missed you while we were gone.
We did. We missed you. Yeah. Well, I texted with everybody.
Yeah.
Seven Whiskey says we just left Nashville Barrel Company earlier, picking an 8-year rye for Aaron's birthday, and Meredith had such great things to say about y'all's visit to NBC.
Aww.
First off, happy birthday, Aaron. I don't know.
Yes. I don't know if it's coming up, but let us know.
Yeah, absolutely. And secondly, Meredith, by the way, Nashville Barrel Company. How great was she?
I mean, I really can't say enough about Nashville. I think we talk about it so much because it was such a shock how delicious it. I mean, I don't know. I didn't know anything
it's
about it.
It's not that we went there with zero expectations. We went there thinking it's just another distillery that's sourcing whiskey, and we had no idea that we were going to be just our taste buds were going to be exploding with flavor. What a great stop!
Happy. And happy early birthday, because it's probably early, but let us know.
Charles Center, welcome, Charles, another supporter of the channel. Thank you so much. And a Belmead Reserve 108 Cinder Barbecue Barrel Pick. I didn't know anybody was doing picks of that. That's super cool. Man, we love that. That bourbon is fantastic.
That's interesting.
Nick Lovin. This is a great name. Nick Lovin.
Love it.
Keep up the good work. Really liked your Kentucky episode. Well, cheers. That was honestly, that's the type of stuff we liked doing as much as anything else this year. That trip at the end of the year, that's basically what that was about, is to see if we could pull this off from the road, if we could work full time from the road, and if we could live with a cat on the road. And it all worked out fantastically. We only had to come back.
I'll say one thing was more difficult than the other. Can you guess which one it was? This little lover. Oh, now he's biting me. Perfect.
Bad or good influence, I don't know, but a soon retirement option, opening a discreet, intimate speakeasy with Jazz Vinyl, send seed money. Yeah, so Rich knows what we're up to.
I was going to say, Phil was...
I've been talking about this.
Phil was just talking about this, well, for ages, but
we talked about it on the Patreon live stream.
Oh, yeah, but, that's right. So, yeah, just like 2 days ago, he just keeps telling me, he's like, remember? And I said, yeah, I'm still waiting for that trust fund, that anonymous trust fund to come into my bank account.
It is something that we're eager to do at some point.
Yeah.
That's we all the little clubs that we walked into in Japan, they only had like 10 or 15 seats, and they were pulling jazz records off the wall and playing them from their own collections and pouring good whiskey. And it was like, what do we? That's all I ever wanted.
It actually sounds like a wonderful way to.
Someday, someday.
Yeah, next year or something. Just kidding.
The best bourbon you got to try that you were able to bring home. That first off, thank you for watching and enjoying those. Those are our favorites. And actually, there's a couple more that are on Patreon, or one more, I think. But if you like our videos from the road, that's most of the videos from the road wind up on Patreon. Only a couple have actually made it to YouTube. But the best bourbon you got to try that you were able to bring home, the most unique one, can I say what that was?
Oh, please. I don't know what you're going to say.
It's this one right here, the triple blended stave finish Bardstown.
Oh, yeah.
Get that guy up there. That was we tried it at the bar there at Bardstown, and it was so unique, so interesting, so lovely.
I really didn't want to like it.
We didn't want to, but we did. We loved it.
Yeah, that's interesting. You know, it's funny because at home we're just, having a drink and whatever, but when we were on the road, we really were just going places to see what they had. I don't know if I sampled like too much stuff outside of just like random restaurants and places that we went to, or people that we visited. So I'm gonna have to think about this one to see what I want.
We got to try Pinhook Rye or Pinhook. Pinhook at Justin's House of Bourbon. We tried what we thought was going to be a bourbon, and they poured us a rye, and we were like, "That's amazing!" And then we were like, we'll take a bottle of that. And they're like, actually, we don't have that. Here's your bourbon.
I'm going to say that was
and we still bought it. It was great.
I was going to say, that's true. We did go to a lot of different stores that do samples, which is like amazing. So sample before you buy. Love that. Yeah. Every state should have that. That should be like a mandatory thing that we need to implement. I will say that is true. That was one of the most delicious one. And then whatever that store, Elixir, I think it was in Nashville.
Elixir was awesome.
We tried a bunch of stuff that was just kind of like blew my socks off. Anyway.
Yeah, they were great. And so the Bardstown there, the ones that we got to try, that was probably the best. Of the ones that we didn't get to try that we're most excited about, we're working on a video for that, and there's a lot. So hang in there. I don't want to give any of that away because there's a lot.
And we did buy a lot of bottles at distilleries that we haven't actually tried yet. So we'll keep you posted because I do want to.
Cheers, Cosmos. Do you think Midwinter is worth $150? I don't. personally.
Wow. Is that what
No.
it cost?
And not to my knowledge. I think
Hmm.
that's like a $70 bottle here.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't spend over 100 on it, quite honestly. I don't even know if I'd spend that on it. But maybe I'm
So
I don't know.
So last year's Midwinters was interesting for me because I thought it was amazing and delicious. It's a very, to me, for some reason, it's a very winter slash holiday type beverage. Like I love drinking it this time of year. I did have it recently and was very much impressed. But it is one of those bottles that obviously you can only get
Yeah.
this time of year. I'd be interested to know.
Yeah.
150. I don't
No.
hate. So I will say like I really do like it, and I don't hate the price, but I don't like the price either.
No.
Like I'd rather it be around the $100
It's got to be
range.
something like we never spend more than $100 on whiskey unless it's a special occasion like a birthday or when we were on the road and seeing distillery
Yeah.
exclusives, things that we had no chance of getting at home. We went a little bit bonkers out there, but that's the only time we really do
But
that.
I do like it, so it could be.
Okay,
I will say
we should get a second whiskey pour.
this is going to probably be controversial, but I would rather get the Midwinters than the Booker's, and I know Booker's sells for 90
Really?
to 100.
We got our Bookers
plus.
we actually got our Bookers for I think either 70 or 80.
I know, but we had to drive for that. We don't get that for that
Right.
here.
No. Okay, so the theme is the number 1.
Oh, right. We
And
don't have anything to drink.
We started with Chattanooga
It's crazy.
111, and we're now moving on to this handsome fellow right here, which is a bottle that we got from my brother. This is an Indiana bottle that he scooped up for us from Holiday Liquors in Indiana. Spirits of French Lick. We keep hearing great things about this
Oh,
brand.
this is the Spirit of French. Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
and this is a 4-grain bourbon with corn, wheat, barley, and you would think rye. It's oats. And so we're very excited to get into this one.
Yeah.
This is the reason that we're choosing this bottle. Number 1 is the theme. The proof is 111.1. Right?
Nice.
You wouldn't have expected that. Nobody was calling this bottle out.
This is hilarious because before this stream started, I looked, I was like, who's that handsome gentleman over in the corner? And I was like, I should know what's on our shelf. And I had like no idea what bottle this was.
So thank you to my brother, Joel, and his wife. They've been huge supporters of the channel.
Thank you.
They've been soundboards for us. They've been, they've listened to us every day. I would tell my brother, we got 100 views on this video. Isn't that great? I get all excited about
always
things.
Impressed.
But he's been listening to me since day one, day in and day out. And he scooped up this bottle for us. So can't thank you enough. And we haven't gotten into this yet.
Ooh, this is another cork. Are we doing all cork pops today?
All cork pops. This is double pot distilled. Oh boy, that tag on there is going to be hard to get through, but I'll do my best. So
Remember when I forgot about the, what do you call that thing that goes around?
The seal?
I called it like the money thing. No.
There we go. Now you're good to go.
Okay.
Here we go.
Wait,
cork popping it.
We got to do that.
There you go. Spirits of French Lick. Alan, I can't remember his last name, big timer. And I love following him on Instagram. He's always up to something cool.
All right. See if this one's better than the second one.
Here we go.
One.
Mini.
That was a mini. That
Mini.
was, well, it may be, it couldn't,
Well,
the other one was the first, and then
the Chattanooga 111 is going to be tough to top. That was a great
a pretty
one.
pop, I guess.
Well, I love the look of this bottle, and this is double pot distilled. They just do everything a little bit differently there, and we had honestly a great time in Indiana. We found so many great bottles. Be pouring in there. I was just checking the glass that you're using. I'm going to use the same glass.
Oh,
there we go. Well, there you go. So second glass of the night. We'll see how
a
this
nice
goes.
glug to it.
It actually looks spectacular. I love the color.
It's a really pretty color.
Yeah, beautiful. Peach Coke says that Midwinters is in Oregon. Hopefully, getting one tomorrow.
Yes,
well, that's good to know.
I'm hoping.
What is tomorrow? Friday?
Yeah, so maybe we'll get one tomorrow.
We'll get one tomorrow too. Cletus Sutton, 5 Sip Fridays are the best. Thank you so much. It's really our favorite thing to do. And thanks to everybody who has contributed to it. All of you who have donated 5 Sip Friday bottles. All of you Patreons who have given us the samples to do. It wouldn't be what it is if people weren't giving us things to try. So
and I love it. I mean, I love doing all the videos and everything, but I really love the 5 Sip Fridays. I'm hoping it's entertaining for you guys. I don't know, but it's just it's been interesting and kind of like broaden our horizon, different flavors.
I mean, bottles we
I'm
never
trying
thought
to
about.
learn the distinguishing flavors between distilleries, which I'm still not great at.
I'll be honest, I was avoiding Smoke Wagon because of all the hype around it. I I mean, it wasn't available by us anyways, but I was like, I don't care about that brand. And then somebody sent us a sample, and I was like, whoa, it was fantastic. And then when it did show up, we bought a bottle, of course.
I did that closed mouth inhale, which
Did you
got
get
you all
anything out of
ethanol, and then you did what you're supposed to do.
This is very
It does
fruit
have
forward.
a little bit of a banana
Yep.
nose to it.
Like a banana, blueberry, vanilla yogurt.
Mm-hmm. You can smell it's going to be oaky.
Yeah. This is going to be
It doesn't
interesting.
smell very sugary at all.
No.
Interesting.
Here we go.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Guys, thanks for sticking around, coming, everything. We really appreciate it.
Bottle number 2.
Yeah. This is my first sip of this ever. Oh my gosh, it's very, what were those like, those
There's some heat on it.
black licorice candies? Like, remember, they're almost like, licorice.
The little ones that are cut like,
That are cut in squares.
Yeah.
That are they're not real chewy, like they're kind of hard, but that flavor is just like a punch. That's what I'm getting in here.
yeah.
Ooh, but there's some a little molassesy. Wow,
Super
this is like so
molassesy.
different than the nose. Holy
Wow.
smokes.
Yeah, it's bright on the nose and dark on the palate. That is, oh man.
Doing the hands on the hips again.
So the barley, that's what's
This is
on
interesting.
On the finish, it's all malted barley. It's almost like drinking a brown ale.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
this is almost
interesting.
like a little yeasty. Dark brown sugar
Yeah.
that's been like with molasses. And I'm getting that licorice flavor in there. But there's also some caramels, but
Yeah.
no fruit. Zero fruit
No.
at this point. So we'll see how that kind of changes as we
What
go.
is it? Do you like it?
Yeah, I think I do.
I do too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
I like
different.
this.
This is different. I mean, you know me. I'm a bit of a sweet drinker.
I
This
wonder
is
what
not
the-
sweet at all.
I wonder what the wheat is bringing to the table here. What is that? Or not the wheat, the oats. Is it just mouthfeel, or is there flavor being imparted? Because I don't know that I've ever had a whiskey with like a 4 gram with oat in it before. That's interesting to me. So
I'm gonna read this a little bit.
Wow,
Wow,
Mark says that MSRP is $99 on the midwinter. That makes sense.
I would get it at 99.
This Mirage says that too. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I would get it at 99. I am a fan. So, I mean, it's not a year-round. To me, it's not a year-round drinker, but this time of year, I love it.
Yeah, this is a great
it's
winter
something,
bottle.
It's something about when it's cold out. Last year's was very figgy.
This
there was
is
a lot of like nutmeggy flavors into it, so it was really interesting. But this time of year, I do like it, and I'll probably bust that out.
I was just going to say
shortly.
that this bottle has a figness to it, like a fig Newton almost sort of thing, having like a breadiness. The fig.
Breadiness.
I think this is going to be a good winter bottle.
Yeah.
Winter. What am I doing? Mumbling here. Thank you so much, Kim and Kimberly. Can I help him say Kimberly? Because we don't know each other that well yet.
Yeah,
we will.
We will.
Cheers.
My
Leon
first
Tricia
time.
says
That's
to Stuff and Whiskey and the Bourbon Band when we were at Nashville Barrel, mention both your channels. They think you guys are awesome. Well, that means the world to us because we think they're awesome and we think you're awesome.
I love it. This community, I'm telling you.
Seriously. Eric Gunderson, cheers.
Hey, thanks, Eric.
I love that.
Great photo.
With Jerry
We
with
just
the
watched the
glasses.
very first episode of we've already watched all of Seinfeld like
Enough.
way before, like a year ago, and now we're probably going to start rewatching it again. So,
you know, Josh and Aaron, you're all right with us.
Yeah.
You're already all right with us. Look at that thumbnail. Fantastic. Cheers, and thank you so much. You are in for the opportunity to take home that flight tonight.
well, we should talk about the flight.
We should talk about the flight. Katie and Ethan, do you want to tell us
If you're still on.
which flight? Yeah. Do you want to tell us which flight you are doing for the Patreons and which one you want to do for the group at large here? Your choice. We're cool with either one of them. Go ahead and throw them out there and we'll talk about them. Or you can message us or whatever you want to do.
This is quite interesting, this one. This is going to sound crazy, but the nose smells totally different now. At first, it was just all like of those, like almost like a compote.
Yeah.
Of like fruit. I got a little like tomatoiness on there. Weird. I've never called out that flavor, but there's just something saucy about it.
The mouth feels incredible on this. I think
that's not going to be like real inviting, but if you're a ketchup fan like me.
I'm not, but I still think this is very good. Sting the third, settle on Russell's 10 as my everyday drinker. Can recommend a bottle to complement it.
Mm.
FYI, I live in East Texas.
Mm.
Let us know, what are you looking for to complement it? Are you thinking something that's a little bit nicer that would balance that out, or something else that could be a daily drinker that you could alternate with? Because my initial thought is that that's a 90 proofer, and you might want a daily drinker that's a little higher proof.
Mhm.
Something like a good bottled and bond.
Yeah.
OGD bonded. No, it's
Yeah.
probably a little bit different flavor profile. That's a tough one because it's such a great bottle at that price point. I'm gonna have to think on that.
Also, I'm like obsessed with this right now. I just keep taking sips while Phil's going through. There is now tobacco. The flavors keep changing. This is this is an interesting bottle. So now I'm getting tobacco and lemon.
There's yeah. I'm like lemon drops, like the little candies,
Man, it's taking me for a ride.
and it's the lemon drops once the sugar has been eaten off the outside. It's just the sort of semi sour thing in the
I need
middle.
to start doing 5-sip Fridays after having like one or two
Yeah, going in
pre-gamers.
Yeah, going in blind is not helping.
Because like I'm getting so much. Not that I'll ever figure it out, but at least I'll give you guys some notes so that you can follow along a little bit better than some of the ones we've done recently.
Yeah, absolutely. And Sting the third, feel free to reach out to us at thebourbonman@gmail.com too.
Yeah, let's talk about
we'll,
it.
We'll think about that a little more. We'd love to help you out there. Cheers.
Also, well, I mean, he says he's in East Texas. We did just try that.
Oh, still
Austin, which that video comes out on, is it Monday?
If you're in Texas and you can get Still Austin the musicians, Kentucky, or the Texas straight bourbon.
It's only 90 proof though, right? 90 proof?
It's low. It might be 92.
Yeah.
But
anyway.
That could be a nice balancing act for you, because it's just
a sweet
different enough.
version versus.
Yeah.
That's not really. Yeah.
Steve Roberts says, cheers and congrats. Grabbed the Pikesville I bought on your recommendation to celebrate. Looking forward to your Wilderness Trail reviews. Yes. First off, Pikesville, love it. And we hope you're enjoying it as much as we are. And the Wilderness Trail stuff,
oh my God.
We had such a great time there. Jared and his crew. I don't remember all the names, but everybody.
I do.
Brianna, yeah.
And Haley and Jared.
Yeah, they treated us so well.
Wonderful. The
Cooper,
tour was so fun. Oh, Cooper the cat.
We love Cooper.
I'm such an animal person. I just love it.
You're such an animal person. Well, thank you so much, Steve. It means the world to us. We appreciate the support. Ever tried James E. Pepper 100 Proof Rye? It's the latest discovery. We haven't, actually. We almost went to that distillery, but we just kind of ran out of time. We had to make some decisions.
James E. Pepper, though,
we have the James E. Pepper. Look at you. You knew it. You remembered it.
I need to keep a track, because I feel like it's one of those things where bottles just end up on the shelf and he's like, oh, we've had this for like 8 months. And I'm like,
we've got this one. It's this one actually finished really highly for us in our barrel proof rye challenge. 1776. This is the barrel proof rye. This is a bottle that we actually have not seen lately.
And I actually think that came in first for me.
I think so too. It was under $50 and it was delicious. So I can only imagine that the 100 proof is probably also really, really good. And probably worth the money. That's a good bottle.
No, but that's the only one, right? I thought maybe we had another one, but I'm thinking, what's the Portland or the Oregon brand that?
James Oliver.
Oh, that's another one.
Yeah, James Oliver.
Pepper Oliver.
Right. Yeah, James Oliver Rye. It's all the way in the corner there. I'm not going to go for it. But David says, a great Oregon bourbon for those visiting or online. Grab Bull Run. The 13-year and the barrel strength are great, and the store picks are phenomenal, around $40. Totally agree. And we also
can't believe I found that.
You did great.
I know.
We also have the 13-year port finished. Is it port finished? It's a barrel. It's a wine barrel finish. And I'm not usually big on finished whiskeys, but it's 13-year American whiskey that's finished in wine and barrels, and it's fantastic. Eric C, congrats for a great year. Whiskey in a Van Wednesday, outstanding Advent Tournament Series, and 5-Sip Fridays. Let's all raise our glasses to Phil, Julie, and Norman. And cheers. Thank you so much, Eric C. Just an early and fantastic supporter of the channel. We appreciate you so much.
Yes, and the 5 sips.
5-Sip Fridays, among other things. Just a fantastic supporter of the channel. Cheers.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you. I'm a fan.
This mouth feels fantastic. A little cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
It's continuously changing. There's a lot to find there, don't you think?
Yes.
Let's see.
Sorry, I missed that.
No, that's all right. We're making sure that Julie's making sure everybody is in tonight for the tournament. She's not going to miss a single one of you.
I'm doing double duty.
Oh, this is a great recommendation from Patrick Q. If you like rye, try Lost Monarch. Lost Monarch, one of our surprises of the year. That bottle was sent to us for the first time by another Patreon who didn't want to be named, and so we won't name you, but we appreciate you. You sent us a couple bottles that really kind of blew our minds. One of them, another Bardstown. It was our first Bardstown, actually. This is our Thanksgiving bottle. This is Bardstown's The Prisoner. Again, a finished whiskey, and it's finished in French oak red wine barrels. That it tasted like cranberry sauce, and we thought this will be perfect for Thanksgiving dinner. So yet another Patreon supporter that we have to thank, even though we won't do it by name because we don't want him to be embarrassed or anything. But thank you so much.
Oh, and here's the Lost Monarch.
Yeah, Lost Monarch, all the Redwood Empire stuff. The Pipe Dream, good whiskey. Emerald Giant, we just killed a bottle of that last night. That's the rye. Those bottles we kept seeing for $30 out and about. We only had 40. Here they're $40, but there they were 30 everywhere else that we went. So that's the thing to keep in mind. We haven't been in full screen all night. Look at how much bigger we could have been.
Well, hopefully we were in full screen for everybody else.
Well, no, it's not. It's
Is that how that works?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this is like, no wonder I was squinting. I already have like the world's worst vision. And then, sorry, Norman wants to come say hi. Come on, bud.
Trevor, by the way, just said the Turks are keeping track of your giveaway. We have a moderator spreadsheet that makes it super easy. Well,
oh my gosh.
Why didn't you tell us? That's
guys,
fantastic.
They're so nice.
Thank you so much. They're doing even more
sorry,
than we thought that they were doing, which doesn't surprise me. That's the type of people they are. A Julie t-shirt would have to have the phrase "Holy crap" on it.
Holy crap. I try to keep it PG up in here.
I wish that we could do the emojis on StreamYard, because our Norman emoji
is that a thing that's going to happen when we upgrade?
I don't think that's a.
Oh,
they haven't connected it to StreamYard
bummer.
yet. I wish.
Oh, because that's a YouTube thing.
Yeah.
Ah.
Cheers, Terry. Cheers. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Happy Veterans Day and happy anniversary. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I like all these added anniversaries that we get throughout the year now.
Lots of
I guess
here. Lots of people loving cats. Todd, a new YouTube member. Cheers, Todd. Thank you so much. Got cat fur on my face over here. It feels good. Is it just a shirt, or do you actually like OGD 114? I love OGD 114, but I'll be completely honest. My favorite expression of it, OGD bonded. I love it. You love it too.
Oh, I love that bonded. Yeah. The bonded is I will say, top 3 campfire whiskeys.
Absolutely.
I mean, I would drink it anyway, but like for some reason, summer is a little tricky for me with bourbons and stuff. And we do a lot of camping and around campfires a lot. And the OGD, there's something about it that just like pairs just perfectly.
Yeah, and to be fully honest about where this shirt came from, we designed the shirt and it is available. It's a Patreon exclusive.
Yes.
So join us on Patreon and you'll see the link to this shirt. It's pinned to the top of the channel. Can't miss it. Visit South Carolina soon. We can do that. And Melissa, thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. It was not easy.
You made it look easy. You did great.
No, it's fine. I'll be honest, today, I mean, I ran once after the marathon in Chicago with Phil. Today's actually the first day that I decided that I wanted to start back running again. Like, I was just like totally overtraining. I really appreciate that. Thank you. I knew it was going to be difficult. Phil has prepped me on like the pain of the end, like the last, 6 miles type thing. I don't think I was prepared for it. So but I made it through, and I'm pumped.
Mentally strong enough that you absolutely crushed the back end of it.
And I will say that like the entire time I was running, basically from mile 5 on, I was like, this is dumb. I'm not doing this ever again. And now it's like an obsession. Those people that say like, I'm never going to run another marathon until you run the next one. Like it took me less than 24 hours to be like, I think I can do better. I think I can go faster. I want to try this one more time.
Right.
But I'm not looking forward to it.
One more time. We'll see. It's not just a shirt. Let's just think of you. Thank you. Absolutely. I do. Bourbon Wrench is back again. Just like, thank you for contributing. We appreciate that.
Love it. We are big nerds.
Can we say again how much fun we had in Little Rock?
Yes.
Fantastic. Thank you so
fun.
much again. Jose. Okay.
Oh my goodness.
This is bananas. First off, I have to ask Jose. Well, I have to say thank you so much.
Yes.
That means the world to us. But we have to ask, did we meet you in Tennessee? Are you the person that I think you are? Are we? Did we meet in Tennessee? That's all I'm gonna say.
Wait, why do I see? This goes back to like when I drink something that I've had a million times. I can't remember that I've already drank.
I gotta know. I gotta know because I felt bad the entire time that I never got your Instagram information or anything like that.
Oh, the and I was working and I felt so bad.
You were
Is this
working. You were
motorcycle?
busy. So whether you are or you aren't, thank you so much, and we appreciate you so much. But if it's you, let's exchange
Devil,
information.
yeah.
You're out there, traveling around. We want to follow you on the
Yes.
road because
Oh my
you're doing
gosh!
cool
Either
stuff
way,
and-
it doesn't
yeah.
matter. I'll make like.
Cheers! Thank you so much.
I have like no words because
Not really.
this community just blows me away, and literally, I really feel like we were like a little bit like we don't. I hate to say like we're bored. We don't have anything to do. Let's like we love drinking bourbon. Let's see if anybody will follow along.
Isn't that how
And
creative inspiration strikes?
I
when you're
know,
bored?
and the whiskey tube community is
It's
just
been amazing.
unbelievable.
Yeah,
Just
we have a lot of.
unbelievable.
We have other channels to call out. And I want to start doing that really,
Yeah.
really quickly.
Oh yeah,
here.
Phil's got an agenda. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Thank you again, Jose Garcia.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Wait, so do I not need to type in anymore on my?
My understanding is that the Turks have taken care of it. Let me
Holy
see.
smokes! You guys are in for the long haul. We didn't even tell you when there was an end time on this.
Let's see. I'm
I'm gonna keep going just in
Keep
case,
going.
but
Yeah.
I don't want to miss anything.
One of my cats is 18 years old now.
Really?
How long does that cat seem like an 18-year-old cat? And how long has it seemed like an old cat? Because Norman, every day we go, oh, he seems real old
He
today.
seems real old today.
And then he gives you that kitten face and tries to get into the food cabinet.
No.
Daddy needs a new whiskey flight, baby.
Totally.
Fantastic. Todd, you're in. Oh, Matt says, where'd you find the introverted t-shirt? I need one of those. Matt's talking about the one that says introverted but willing to discuss bourbon. We actually got those at the Wilderness Trail Distillery.
We did. Yes.
On location. You might be able to buy those online. I'm not sure.
I'm assuming that definitely can buy that online.
Yeah. Love that shirt.
I mean, I don't know, but
love
I'm
that
just
shirt.
assuming.
Love the whiskey. Wilderness Trail. Fantastic.
Yes, we have quite a few bottles from Wilderness Trail. It was actually Phil's #1 place he wanted to visit.
Mm-hmm.
He's been talking about it forever. Knew we were going to buy multiple bottles.
Well, I started communicating with Jared on Instagram a while back because he's a trail runner. He's a distiller. He happens to work at one of our favorite distilleries that we can't get here in Oregon. So it was we reached out and we were like, hey, when we come to town, we might hit you up to talk about some running. And then it started back and forth. And then, we just had a great relationship with them, great rapport. And we can't thank them enough for the kindness they showed us. And took a tour there, tasting fantastic.
Yeah.
They're building up really, really quickly. They've got some exciting things coming out this spring as well.
Unbelievable.
And by the way, cheers, Matt. We see you commenting on things and supporting the channel.
Yeah.
We can't thank you enough.
I may or may not have said this was that like sorry, sometimes the videos, my brain, sometimes the videos get confused between Patreon ones and the ones that go live. But I think from Wilderness Trail, that stat of the production.
Oh yeah, where they were doing
was it the first 4 years?
The first 4 years, they're doing that in 10 days?
Like 8 to 10 days now.
Yeah,
so it took them
crazy.
4 years to just to get 8 to 10 days. It's incredible.
It just shows, that's one of those great stats
I just love it.
for the whiskey industry where you realize what a labor of love it is to be a part of this industry, and then how long it takes to manifest. We all, we're all daily drinkers.
Yeah.
We don't always remind ourselves just what goes into the glass. It's a special drink. It's a special thing to be a part of. It's exciting. There's Whiskey Nose. How you doing, bud? Cheers. Welcome.
Yeah.
Eric Collins says, love your channel. We love you too, Eric. Cheers. Thank you so much. Jumped on the bourbon bandwagon. Love you guys. Not a huge whiskey fan. Let's see what we can do about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, we're here to
for
change minds. We're here to change minds. Is that true? So let me get back to what we're drinking right now. What are your feelings now that it's settled in a bit?
First off, it gives me one of the warmest Hoosier hugs I've ever had.
Oh,
it's
nice.
not hot. It's not uncomfortable.
No.
but I really, really like it. And I would say that flavor-wise, it delivers.
Mm.
And mouthfeel-wise, it's exciting. It's tingly without numbing.
I got apples on this now. I'm getting it all. Cinnamon apples.
Yeah.
But it's still that licoricey note is and tobacco, and it's got a lot going on.
I think it's dynamite. And I think it's one of those whiskeys that, I mean,
I'm
I
happy
said it
about
when
it.
we first opened it. I'm pretty sure I said it when we first tried it tonight, that it's a slow sipper. It's one that I'm not going to like
Mhm.
mix up. This is a session whiskey. This is one where I'll sit down, have a glass of this, maybe a second glass of this, but I'm not going to like do a glass of this, do a glass of something else, do a glass of something else.
No, this is like a
This is a
I'm in
focused
for the
bourbon. It
night.
requires your focus.
Yeah, and
It demands it, really.
you could have it after something.
Yeah.
But there's nothing that I think like well, of course I'm gonna have something after this one, but knowing now, this would be like my finisher.
Yeah.
It's like a wrestling move. Finish the night.
I think that's fair. Seven wants to know, Stefan, am I saying that right? Stefan? I want to get it right for you.
Stefan.
Actually,
I don't
what
know.
kind of jazz will your bar play? If there's big band like Glenn Miller and Tommy Dorsey
Ooh.
on tap, I'm there with bells on. Yes, sir. One of the, speaking of veterans, one of the best stories, well, one of the most interesting stories ever is Glenn Miller and how his plane was lost over the English Channel, possibly friendly fire during the World War, because, well, I guess it would have been World War II, of course, right? Or was it World War One? No, it was two. It was two. And I always thought that was interesting because how much more would we have if we hadn't lost him so early on? So, but yeah, Glenn Miller, Tommy Dorsey, we love that kind of stuff. Honestly, bop jazz for me.
Bop jazz?
Bop, bebop.
Can you from our record collection, could you bring me into what that means?
So early Coltrane, early Miles. I like Ben Webster, Lester Young.
Oh yeah, I like all
those
that.
guys, that kind of thing.
Well, because I was thinking like earlier in the night, like you'd want something a little bit more upbeat,
Oh, we mix it up.
I mean, but like say like 9, we're early to bed kind of people, so like 9, 10. You'd really want to like it would just be the quiet, lovely, go to bed kind of, not go to bed, but just relax, have a nice glass
right.
of whiskey. Yeah.
But there's some great stuff out there that's modern too. Snarky Puppy, for instance, which of course,
which is what
you
I'm
would
saying.
Expect
like
me to say that, but.
I know, but like that's a 8 a.m. 8 p.m. kind of record versus like your 10, right? Like it almost has to be a little bit of a flow. Though I will say we've been to a couple places where there hasn't been that many people. I'm thinking about the one specifically with the older lady behind the bar. She was just one person. Awesome. The bar was very small. There was like a couple, you could tell they were locals or whatever in there, and me had popped in, and it was just her night, right? I'm basically thinking like every night is her night. And it was just what she felt like. Like she kind of read who you were. Like she asked a couple questions, she wanted to get to know you, and then she would just put something on. And I thought that was lovely. I don't know if we could ever be that good.
It was hilarious though, because we walked in and she put on a Canadian album. She put on Pete Magadini, Devil's Blues. I think it's Devil's Blues. I can't remember. I love the album, but for some reason I can't think of the name of it right now. Bones Blues. It was Pete Magadini's Bones Blues, which was great. And then she came up to us and she was showing us another album. She's like, Clifford? Clifford? And it was, I remember Clifford, the song. I was like, yeah, we remember that. And it was transcendent.
I will say that I am more of a fan of earlier stuff. I do like Snarky Puppy and like things that are happening right now. We did watch that Ken Burns, is that right?
Yeah.
Ken Burns documentary on jazz. Awesome.
We've been in the van by ourselves for weeks, so we were having trouble coming up with pop culture references, just for the record.
Well, this isn't a pop culture.
Both of us are struggling.
But I'm just saying, like, it was, and we watched this years ago, but like, it was like amazing. And then we got to like current jazz, and I'm not like super thrilled with like modern jazz, but there are a few things mixed in that I really like.
There's some stuff that I really like.
I'm more like old, I like the old quiet stuff.
You got Direct at Elixir. We love that store, and my wallet hates it. Right on. How great was he though?
So that was the one. So that was one
nicest guy.
That was one of the places that like because you get to taste everything, and everything was good. I mean, they're not going to have bad bottles for you to taste. A lot of single barrels. We just wanted like everything. I had to really like we had to narrow it down. But there was a couple that I actually was really thrilled about that Phil had to stop me from.
Well, there was a
purchasing.
Heaven's Door that we already had a Heaven's Door that tasted a lot like that, and I was like, all right, ran it in.
So yeah,
gonna love the Pinhook 6-year single barrel bourbon.
Oh, good.
Absolutely, we're stoked about that. The 5-year rye up there, we actually found that later in the day at a different place. And the first one that we tried was so good, we just had to buy it. Sort of.
Yeah, we don't even know. I mean,
we'd say sight unseen, but what is sight unseen for tasting?
True. I mean, the
Taste
other one was
untasted?
yes, the other one's a single barrel, and we always say like it's just a variation of the whatever.
Sorry, Trevor, we're talking here. We
I
got a lot to catch up. We got a
know.
lot to talk about. We haven't had a live stream since August. I think maybe
Technically,
September.
We had a
That's too
warm
long.
up. We did the Statesman, so technically this is my. I
Right.
can never figure out.
We
what
killed
the
a bottle
camera
of
is.
Statesman, of the Old Forester Statesman.
Phil's telling me that we need to get rid of some of our bottles, like our old bottles, to make room.
We bought a second shelf, and the whiskey doesn't fit.
Because to be honest, you all know, you've been watching. I was adamant about just keeping one shelf, and then we see where that went.
Right. Yeah. Well, the kegerator disappeared. It was a trade-off.
I know.
It's in the garage, which I'm bummed about because now's the time of year I love to brew beer.
And well, we can still do it and just put it in the garage.
I guess that's true. Regs wants to know, can we be on the lookout for a C921 review on the horizon as soon as possible? I hope so. Heaven Hill was closed when we were there. Now we know that. Now we know that they're selling it there, and you can fill your own bottle.
It was so unfortunate. I mean, obviously unfortunate for different reasons, but like we left Kentucky, and then was it 2 days later? It reopened, and we heard that the C921 was there.
We almost went back.
And we almost went back, but I was like, we can't drive back. I mean, it's just we're just not.
C921 will be here. We usually get it in late November, early December, and Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is one that's one of those whiskeys that got me serious about bourbon. So we will. When it comes out, I will always buy a bottle of Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, always, and it's always on the shelf here in Oregon. So not one we have to worry about too much. Koval 100% oat whiskey from Chicago.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know. I don't know if that's worth. That might be too much oat.
I'm gonna call out the captain and say that you should be on the lookout for that.
Yeah.
Tell us what it is.
James.
Captain James. Let us know if you can find that.
See, my birthday's 11/1. I need to try that Sinclair stuff. Where are you at? Holler at us. Let us know. Maybe we can make it happen.
I know. It's just fun. He's so grumpy. He shouldn't be so grumpy. He made a delicious blend.
Right? Yeah. You know who would never frown like that?
OGD.
OGD.
The
he
original.
Would never frown
maybe
that
old
way.
Overholt as well. I don't know.
Hang on. I've got old Overholt. Oh. Here's a bottle that we just bought on our trip here. Oh no. He's got a little bit of a grin.
No. He knows how bad that old Overholt, whatever the other one was.
You didn't like the bonded because it made our mouths go numb, but we got the 114. We've never seen it before, so we're stoked about this bottle.
So
I'm stoked about this.
Okay, I was gonna say I think we were in Tennessee as well. I'm not sure.
We got that one at Main Street Liquors in Tennessee.
I was busy working. Got the text to come in. I need help to decide what to do, and old Overholt is in the thing, and you know how I felt about that bottle in the bottom. It was just like horrific. Like I hated it. It was just the worst thing that I had. Not the worst, but it ranked pretty high. And like
it was great in the ginger though.
No, it was great in a cocktail.
The rye ginger was delicious with that.
And I was like, I can't.
So spicy.
And he goes, the 114 is supposed to be. Is it 114?
Yeah.
The 114 is supposed to be really good, and somehow I got talked into.
I wasn't gonna pass on a 114 product from Jim Beam. OGD 114 is so good. I had to try it.
I don't know.
Well, we'll find out.
We will find out. Otherwise, it's going to be another cocktail again.
Gotcha. Rich says, I hope you like Sinclair. Have it currently bunkered. If it's great, bunkered it stays. Hey, this is great whiskey. I really, really like this.
I think it's very interesting. It's different. I'm always on the lookout. I think that's why I felt kind of was enamored with Smoke Wagon this year. It tasted different than what I normally drink. I'm a very sweet bourbon drinker.
Right.
And it adds such a different element. And this one I liked it.
So we may have to do a whiskey tour to show you the shelf here and how we've got things organized. Because I want to say one quick thing now that we're talking about Sinclair. Indiana whiskey, since we lived in Indiana for one, but even since we lived in Chicago, which has only been 7 years, what's changed is it's been dramatic. I mean, we've got this entire shelf here from the Sinclair through the Remus through the Starlight, through the Whiskey Acres of DeKalb, Illinois, to Old 55. Benny's has got picks back there for Jepson's, which is, if you know them, from the Malort. That whole section there is Indiana stuff. I wouldn't have bought an Indiana whiskey 10 years ago. It wouldn't have even crossed my mind.
Yeah.
And now everything we've had from there has been fantastic. So
I'm going back to this bottle. I'm sorry, because I don't know how many flavor notes I've given, but a lot. And maybe this is the benefit of drinking it slowly versus what I usually do. But now I'm getting raisins. I don't know. I'm finishing this up. Phil said there's a third bottle, so I don't want to,
the third bottle is the surprise bottle. You don't even know it exists.
I was gonna say I could probably chat all night, but I mean I don't know how you guys are feeling. So
yeah, I'm not going anywhere. I'm hanging in there. Okay. I know you guys have other places to be, and there's football on and everything else.
Oh, I didn't set my team.
Julie, tell them who's got the worst team of all time.
So I did win. So I'm going to preface this by saying 2 years ago with my work, I won. First year in, won. The whole entire thing. Awesome. Last week, I played one of my coworkers, and it was a real barn burner. The final score was 64-31. 31 points, and everybody played.
Lost that matchup?
Yeah, everybody played. 31 points. Even my quarterback, which is Patrick Mahomes, 31 points. It was
Patrick, if you're watching, not great.
I'm not happy with your performance this year on my fantasy league.
David M says 111.14 aces of proof. I like that. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All those significant digits. Cheers, David. Good luck in tonight's drawing. Flights Inc. Bourbon Rush says the Turks might be the best human beings on this planet. I would have doubted it, and then we meet them in person. I think it's possible. I think that's possible.
I know. I just, you never know. And amazing. Everyone we met was so amazing.
Here's what we've been waiting on, and we are way behind on chat, so I know this is probably from 20 minutes ago.
Oh,
Hang on. It says it 5:59 p.m.
What time are we at?
It's 6:26. Holy cow.
Wait, we need to start. We'll start moving faster.
But here's the
My
first
hair
one.
is so fluffy today, by the way. Sorry, guys.
If you've donated, I was apologizing for your hairdo.
I know.
If you've been contributing to Super Chats, here's what you have a chance to win. Starlight Double Oak Rye. Starlight Rye Apple Brandy Finished.
Love it.
Wilderness Trail 6-year Rye Bourbon. Wilderness Trail 6-year Wheated Bourbon. And a fifth one, Peerless Double Oak. That's a 5-sample flight. That's awesome. Thank you so much to Ethan and
oh my
Katie.
gosh, that was 40 minutes ago.
That is so
generous. We're so behind. I'm really sorry, guys.
That's just crazy. That's just crazy generous. And for you Patreons, if you're a Patreon, it's not too late to sign up if you right?
It's never
Are we gonna put new Patreons in there tonight too? If anybody's joined, I don't know if we have or not.
I've got my list over here.
You've got a new list, okay. If you become a Patreon, you're still in. Old Carter Bourbon Batch 9, Old Carter Bourbon Batch 10, 4-Gate Old Sherry Pike, and 4-Gate Toasted Rye Pick. Is it Pike or Pick? I don't know what Old Sherry Pike is. It's probably Pike. That's fantastic. And
again, the best in the biz.
DK.
I can't. It's just unbelievable.
We have another Patreon to add to that list before we pull that one. So let me remind me, and I will keep an eye on it. Let's see. Sting the Third, just to clarify, he's looking for an alternate daily drinker. This shows you how far behind we are.
Oh my gosh,
for sweeter or spice could be a bit higher price.
We'll move it along. I feel like terrible that we're just having too much fun, I guess.
I would suggest, off the top of my head, 1910. Old Forester 1910. Sweeter. It's very sweet.
Are you just saying that because of me?
It's sweet and it's higher price.
Oh, I do love it. My sister actually reached out today.
Doug is in. He's all in.
My sister actually reached out today, and she was trying to get some bourbon advice because they're hiring somebody new in Georgia and wanted to send them a welcome on board, which is more than I ever got when I started a new job, and I was pretty pumped.
What a welcome gift. What a fantastic welcome gift.
If you're a business owner, keep that welcome. I got like a bag cooler and a bottle or something. Yeah. Not a bottle, like a water bottle, which is still cool, but not as cool as a bottle of bourbon. In my opinion. Yeah.
Fumbled your names. Let's just say that in our home, you're now affectionately known as Philly.
Oh, perfect. We're like benefits.
What's that song?
Motown Philly back again.
Look at that.
There we go.
We play the hits here at the Bourbon Band.
We're so old.
Cosmos Mariner in for the flight. He has a question. Do you guys have a favorite horror movie and or franchise that you watch during the Halloween season? Okay, so Halloween
No, we're
into
big nerds.
Thanksgiving time, every other year we watch the Harry Potter series.
Yeah,
Because there's always
I'm
pumpkins
really
and stuff.
sorry. We're big Harry Potter fans.
If there's a horror franchise that I do like, Scary Movie.
Yeah. Oh, good point. We like spoof movies, so
Yeah.
not Scream. I mean, I do like Scream, but
Yeah, I
like
don't hate Scream.
I remember seeing that in the theater, and I actually like screamed out loud, which was aptly named. But Scary Movie, the spoof movies, hilarious. When I was a kid, for some reason, I watched the Jason and Nightmare on Elm Street, but I haven't seen those in since the 90s. So
My favorite is the Leprechaun.
nope, I've never watched it. I don't want to. I don't like
love the
anything that's
Leprechaun
like
series.
weird and
I think Jennifer Tilly in the Chucky series is hilarious.
Never seen a Chucky movie. Yeah.
Outstanding. But I think my favorite recurring Halloween character, which is I've only seen it once, but I watch it every year, David S. Pumpkins.
Oh, Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live, Tom Hanks, David S. Pumpkins.
I think we only like it because our
sketch.
friend Liz is like obsessed with Tom Hanks, and it just is hilarious. And because it's not actually funny at all, which makes it even funnier. Anyway,
Rich wants to know what appears to you all about very old Barton. I'll say this: the 100 proof doesn't blow me away. The 86 proof is good. Something about the 90 proof, flavor wise, which is the one that we've got in
wait,
the.
I thought we liked the 100 proof.
I do like the 100 proof. I do, but the 90 proof is the one that's in the decanter over there.
Yeah.
That bottle we almost finished on the road. We found it in Montana. Spent $20 on it, which I know is too much for that bottle. Supposedly, I don't know if it's aged longer. I don't know if it's something about it. I thought it was really, really good.
Yeah.
So that bottle really thrilled me. For the price, I think that it's the flavors of it. Really, it's the palate. It's the way it hits my palate.
Mhm.
I just think it's a good bottle. And
we were looking all over. Sorry, my brain. Which is the one that we were looking all over for? Was that the 90 or the 100?
It was the 100.
Oh,
and it's,
okay.
It's down there with the Buffalo Trace stuff.
We
It's
found
with the Sazerac stuff. It's by the 1792s.
Yeah, we couldn't find it in Kentucky. We had to go to Tennessee for it.
It's buried in the corner.
Yeah.
That was one of the things that when we organized this shelf, I was just putting stuff up, and all the Buffalo Trace stuff sort of gravitated toward the bottom right. And I was like, well, people always give us grief because we have too many Buffalo Trace products on the shelf anyway, so that's fine.
Yeah, but it's not like we have Pappy.
Right.
So you can't hate us too much.
Right. Yeah, we don't have any of that fancy stuff. We have Stag Junior. That's where it stops. And
Yeah.
in the future, it sounds like it's not even going to be Stag Junior. So maybe we'll hold on to those bottles. Ethan says we're tracking super chats for you all tonight. Don't worry about that. We'll send you the spreadsheet
lovely.
link. Just the nicest people in the world. How
Thank
many
you.
times does that need to be said?
And that was what timestamp was that from?
6:06.
30 minutes ago.
Oh, goodness.
Sorry.
We're going to catch up here.
Yeah.
The Redwood Empire Rocket Top Bottle and Bond Rise, an excellent offering. Thank you for saying that, Eric. We actually we traveled through, we were in California for 3 days, and we could not find anything Redwood Empire. We were looking for unique Redwood Empire bottles while we were there. Nothing. That was a bummer.
Which was a bummer.
We found great bottles there.
We can't get it here.
We found this Hill 7 year there. We traveled the entire country looking for that. We didn't find it until we got to California. Who knows?
I feel like I enjoyed that. What is this called again?
It's Lee W. Sinclair.
No. What was it started with an F.
Oh, Spirits of French Lick?
Oh, so it didn't start with an F.
It has an F in it.
Yeah, Spirits of French Lick. I enjoyed that, I think, more than I probably should have.
Maybe.
In my opinion.
I think it was great. I think it's great. And that was actually an affordable bottle. That was in the $40 range, I believe. Maybe less.
So I'm going to say I'm ready for whatever's next.
Are you? All right, hang on.
you?
I want to catch up just a little bit. I want people to be involved.
Okay.
All right. So Rich donates $11.11. Thank
Okay.
you so much, Rich.
Also make a wish, because remember that from like high school where it was like 11.
That's just so nice. By the way, is that your horse? That's a cool looking horse.
Oh, we have a friend that has a horse.
Our friend had a horse.
Cruiser. Shout out to Cruiser.
Getting a lot of love for OGD Bonded here tonight.
Maybe we don't have to catch up. Maybe that's like what other channels do. That's why they last a lot longer than our hour and a half usually lasts. But
Trevor says that Biggin is 17. He doesn't seem 17. I've seen him get him around on your Patreon. I see him. He's hanging on though. He looks great.
oh wait, it's not me. Sorry, I was just thinking about the biker. The biker.
It's fine.
No, we're happy with
Yeah. No, we know. We know it came up. We just are excited that somebody from a different country. It's like Paul from Canada. We get
Yeah, we
whenever
get
somebody
so
from a different
jazzed.
country is watching, we
Yeah.
get jacked up. We get so excited. Thank you so much. Well, it's not you. Well, that's okay. That's good to know. So we're still
So
wondering what happened to the guy that he rolled up on us.
he was going to like that's
He was heading
it's
to
so
Tijuana.
crazy that we thought like, oh, we met a guy and he was going to Tijuana, and now
And he's
somebody.
from New York, of all places.
Yeah. But that I do remember
That guy was awesome.
Yeah.
He showed up. We were at a moonshine distillery in Tennessee. He rolls up, buys us a couple of drinks, jumps on his motorcycle. I give him a sticker. He puts it on his motorcycle.
I know that was like
thanks us,
dedication.
and drives away. He was the coolest guy in the whole world. I was like,
Yeah.
who is this guy? Like, it was like Steve McQueen just shows up, gives you a drink,
Yeah.
makes you feel good about yourself, and drives away. How good is that?
Yeah.
It was amazing.
It was actually a cool shot too. Better
was
than I
amazing.
could do. Phil's a much better photographer than me.
Well, he was a good dude, and we
Yeah.
appreciate him so much. Let's see. Did I go the wrong way here?
You sure did.
Yeah, sorry. This is interesting. Peter Mitchell's right here. Wilderness Trail, super drinkable, but also a bit young. Gonna be killer at 8 years, and that's what's coming out this spring. Is their first 8-year bourbon.
We are excited. So when we did the tour, we got to taste part of the. Obviously at the end you always get to do a tasting 4 of them. I did find it like fairly interesting that most people were drinking. They were like. They're like, how did you like this? And Phil and I are like in the back row going like, this is amazing.
We finished every
this
glass.
one's better. We like this one. And everyone else is like, I don't know if I like this or not. And people didn't
they
even
kept
drink
asking-
them.
They kept asking people like, "What's your favorite one?" And they're like, "The chocolate that you served with it."
I
We're like, "You're
know.
out of your head. That's delicious."
I was
whiskey."
like, oh, these tours are wasted on non-drinkers.
Johnny Drama. Now you're talking. Matt says we lost a 19-year-old earlier. Very sorry to hear that. Have a 17 and a 14-year-old still tormenting us. Isn't that the way though? They
Yeah.
torture us, but we will miss them so much when they're
Yes.
gone.
Yeah.
There's Tim Robertson. Hey Tim.
Hey, Tim.
Congrats on 1 year for your channel. Love keeping up with your travel exploits and videos. And Norman, of course.
course.
Keep it going. We will. Tim has been a supporter of the channel for a very long time. Appreciate it. There's Don Holland. Count Basie and the Duke.
Oh, we have a couple.
Absolutely. We got some Basie.
Yeah.
Yep.
And there's a thing called Spotify out there that has everything.
Well, and we've got a lot of jazz ground to cover this
Yeah.
winter with pairings with jazz records and albums, trying to figure out how to do it where maybe we can listen to an album while sipping whiskey and talking about the album and the whiskey.
Without getting copyrighted.
It's a thing we're
Or
thinking about.
copyright
I think
strike,
you can
right?
maybe do it if you have a private video on Vimeo, which works with
I think
Patreon.
you're allowed like 4 seconds and then they.
I'm trying to figure out the way to do it. If it's like everybody press start on the album right now or something like that. I don't know.
We'll brainstorm that.
Cool Jazz, Miles Davis, Chet Baker, absolutely.
Well,
love
we're
it.
so far behind.
Yeah.
It feels like forever ago that we talked about jazz. I'm so sorry.
There's Whiskey Nose. Congratulations on 1 year. Keep air in your tires and the oil change. Cheers, guys.
Oh.
Absolutely. We love that about the van though, because it's an $8,000 oil change. So I know
It's not an
8,000 mile-
$8,000
miles.
oil change.
so I know every 8,000 miles we get to change our oil,
Yeah.
and that makes it real easy for us. By the way, that road trip that we were recently on, 6,500 miles.
It
That's
literally
bonkers.
was more miles than we've put on in the last 2 years.
It was crazy.
Sometimes it's good to like test a vehicle and see what it can really do.
Well, we've done it a couple of times, but we've never done anything like that.
I
That was
will
big.
say, if anybody from Ram ProMaster is watching right now, there is a point between 65 miles per hour and 75 miles per hour where you think the wheels are going to fall off.
Yeah,
Now, if you
watch
go
with the
before
shimmy.
that, or if you go like 90, you're like cruising at, but which is like,
It's
the,
like 57 to 67.
yeah,
It's a
it's
problem.
like the basic, you're always driving the speed. It is like Shake City. I don't know what you're doing out there.
Yeah.
Fix it. Maybe
Yeah.
you fixed it in the 2019s and more, but our old 2018 is not hanging in there.
Well, this has been Julie for Car Talk. Now we're going to get on to the next section. Paul Brogan says, great content, always down to earth, relatable. Love your reviews. Congrats on the anniversary.
Thank you.
It means the world to us. Thank you so much. When we started this channel, nobody ever said stuff like that to us. So
I said it. I think this is great. I'm having a
it's
great
tremendous.
time.
Let's see.
I saw something about Michter's up there.
Yeah, there's an
That was a
American
new
whiskey being
discovery
poured
for me
tonight.
this year.
Can you guys, mainly Phil, please do another hot sauce and whiskey challenge? Oh boy. Here's the thing. That's my favorite video we've ever done.
It
That
got
was more fun.
terrible
than
viewerships,
it
but
w-
I thought it was
no-
hilarious.
Nobody has watched that video.
No, we didn't say nobody, but like not a lot of
It's
people.
my favorite video that we've ever done. It was so much fun. I would do it again.
We actually, well, because we've done this twice now, once recorded and once not recorded. The first time maybe would have been even more hilarious because there was like
No,
12 people involved.
I spent most of the time outside in the snow, like just sitting in the snow eating
Yeah.
sherbet.
But we did recently share this to my family, and they liked it a lot. Basically, because Phil is pretty much dying on camera.
Yeah, falling apart.
Wait, are we? I know you're.
Oh yeah, we need another
I know
whiskey.
you're. I was gonna say I know you're getting
Honeyproof is doing that Indiana thing over there. We appreciate that. Man, that's a big fish. Holy cow!
Oh, that is a big fish.
All right.
All right. So I don't know. Oh, this is another one.
This
all
is
right.
you've never seen this bottle. You don't know it's in the house.
No, these are all surprises.
You don't know what it costs. Thank God.
Oh well, I pay the bills, so I probably will figure
You'll
that out
know soon
eventually.
enough. Well, ladies and
What's in
gentlemen,
a box?
the
Oh
theme-
no, this cannot be
the
good.
theme is the number one, and some of you have already guessed this.
Oh really?
It's our 1 year anniversary. The theme is number one, and it's from one of your favorite distilleries of all time. And here it comes. It's Wild Turkey, Master's Keep, 1.
Oh, I don't know anything about this. I'm sorry.
Read it to the people. Read
I
it to the people.
was gonna say I wish I could be more excited, but I don't.
This is one that
I
Justin and Angela held this.
I go into
they-
everything blind.
They let us know that this was coming in so that we could be there at the right time, and they took such good care of us.
Okay. I do go into everything blind. I'm like, oh, this is probably awesome. All right. Master's Keep, 2 legacies harmonized into one by Master Distiller Eddie Russell. Oh, Wild Turkey. Oh, goodness. Something.
Jimmy Sunday.
Introducing the latest expression in the Master's Keep collection, one is a delightful harmony of the distinct tastes of father and son. It's weird. An artful blend of mature bourbons aged between 9 and 14 years, hand-picked by Eddie and harmonized through a second maturation in specially toasted and charred oak barrels for a bold whiskey with beautiful balance. Sweet honey and subtle brown spice on the nose are followed by notes of vanilla, caramel, and butterscotch that evolves into a long toasted oak finish. And can I say I read that blind and I did a fairly decent job.
So Master's Keep it's 1. It's batch
oh, it is batch number 1.
and
Rick
it's
House
proof
G.
101.
Proof 101.
And just wait till you
Pretty
see this
awesome.
bottle. It is the most beautiful bottle maybe it's a top 3 bottle we've ever owned.
Is it going to go on the top shelf? Because
It's
did you
gonna have
notice
to.
our like cool, like weird
The collectibles shelf up here.
collectible shelf up here?
We're gonna have to do a tour of our collection because like that bottle there, our Patreons know what it is. That I pointed, it's a bottle, it's a car,
Yeah.
it's a
I'm
decanter.
very excited about this.
Should we open it? Open
Yeah,
it
how
toward
does
the
it
camera.
work?
Okay.
Oh yeah, sorry.
So
Yeah, I guess it's not. As
this is the
exciting
Master's
as-
Keep box.
Oh, that is not how I would have thought we would open that. So that's lovely.
Look at
Wait, I need to turn it out so I can see it. Sorry. guys.
that.
Oh, she's beautiful.
Isn't that a great looking bottle? And
Look
I already
at the
took the
turkey.
plastic off so you can open it.
Do turkeys fly?
Look at the wood in the cork with the bronze. Do turkeys fly? They fly a little bit, about as much as a
Not
penguin.
as much as a penguin. Oh wait, so sorry, I'll turn this around. Sorry, so you can see.
It's just gorgeous. Okay.
the
I'm gonna
flying
pull it out of
turkey.
there.
It's in there good. It's like the Michter's thing.
It
up
is in there good.
There's,
Yes, that
there's
Michter's is never
there's
coming
no
out.
coming out of that.
All right.
Oh, this is very exciting.
There we go. And I'll get this guy out of here. So
you
this
think-
is our first like ultra fancy bottle that we've purchased, guys. We paid some money for some bottles, but this is like the first one where I was like,
Oh
I
my
have to have
God.
it.
Look at how beautiful this box
The
is too.
3D turkey on there and everything. Just
Yeah.
super cool.
I-
There's a lot of people that are watching this going, who cares? It's a bottle of wild. Who
No,
cares?
but look at the.
We're excited about this.
I'm so bad with the showing it to the camera, but look at how cool that turkey is on the side. Also, sometimes I feel like Phil wants to hang on to the channel so that we have an excuse to buy these like beautiful bottles. But
The
I think it's
excuses,
a
I like
lovely
whiskey.
thought
It's
because
fun.
I'm obsessed with wild turkey right now.
Let's do that.
Also, the cork is.
It
pretty
has like a
decent.
wood laying with
Yeah.
like bronze. All right, let's do this cork pop. I hope it's the best pop of the night. Here we go.
I do too. I'll be bummed otherwise. All right, are we ready? Do I get to do it?
No, it's all you, of course. Nobody else cork pops.
Oh, it was a good one. Yes.
Fantastic cork pop. We're very excited.
Vanilla toasted oak, caramel spice, and butterscotch. They tell you right on the thing, so there's no guessing.
Those are all my favorite flavors. So let's do this. I'm going to keep
This
working
is-
through the comments here.
This
We got,
is hefty, by the way.
look who we got. Mike Hart
Oh my! He's probably not on anymore. He's got a little baby, but
with Cooper. Look at that.
But
Speaking
Mike Hart
of-
and Cooper, good to see you.
Yeah,
We visited
campaign,
them
of
in
course.
Denver.
Thank you so much to you guys. You are in for the flight tonight. Colorado, represent.
Represent. Love you guys.
13 and 18 show. We've got a Mustang fan in the house here. I freaking love y'all's enthusiasm for bourbon. New subscriber here. Cheers. Thank you so much and welcome.
I'm not even letting this breathe. We're just going right in.
That is a beautiful, beautiful
This
bottle.
is hefty.
Hey, Wild Turkey, well done.
I'm not
Cheers.
going to ask you how much it cost.
I will say this. All the other channels that I've seen do reviews of this thing, it costs them more than us because of Oregon being Oregon.
Price control, baby.
Price controlled, no sales
Wow,
tax.
I love a good cork, and this is just decent. That's gonna look pretty up top.
Melissa is on to EC Toasted Barrel after Wild Turkey 101. That's a
Like it.
nice progression there. Well
Mhm.
played. Jeff Perkins signed me up for set 2. Congratulations on a successful first year.
Too.
Thank you so much, Jeff. We talked about it earlier, but Jeff is one of the first people that sent us samples. We didn't know that was a thing that people did, and it means the world to us. It's one of those things that kept us fired up and interested in the channel, because quite honestly, it's hard to constantly stay up and excited about things.
I'm always excited about things.
We get excited about things because it's infectious
say
and
hi.
it works both ways. So
I'm trying
thank you
to
so
bring
much to
her
all of
in.
you that have been so encouraging and supportive of the channel.
The cat doesn't really know how to get into the frame, but he's right here, and he wants to say hi, and he wants to know what's in our glasses.
What do we think about that Wild Turkey? Let's
It
find out.
smells toasted. I will say that straight away.
Oh, she's got a vanilla nose.
She has a
going on.
proofiness to her. She's only
101.
101. She smells like she's a little bit
Mm.
proofy.
I feel like this is one of those that needs to open up a little bit. And I don't feel that way about every whiskey. And I know that some people don't, they think that's a myth, but
I never swirl.
you know,
We
Matt,
just watched an ADHD video,
Matt's
like
hilarious.
literally, like, well, now it's whatever,
what was he
3
drinking?
hours ago.
Yeah, Elijah
The
Craig Barrel
C-
Proof
yeah, the
C921.
C921.
He was
And
like-
he, I think, swirled for like a good 20 minutes.
and then he goes, "Oh, I think the problem is I need to swirl the other way. I need to unswirl a little
Yeah,
bit."
like too much oxygenation. But this does
a
smell
trip.
like it needs a little oxygenation. But it's
He
okay.
is a trip. Cosmos Mariner, which I would have assumed Seattle Mariners, but he says he's 90 minutes away from the
What's
Whiskey
his
Acres
name?
Distillery. The locals call it cornbread whiskey because of the strong cornbread note. Yeah, absolutely. And you can see we've got a single barrel pick that Vinny's made of their sort of high proof stuff. That's a, what is that, 120 or something? That was nice whiskey too.
This is interesting. It's a little bready. I'm gonna need a couple more sips on this.
Ooh, it smells like oak and butterscotch.
And I got breadiness on this. Ooh, maybe it's like a.
That's
It
a
does
wild.
have a
That's a
butter-
wild turkey bottle.
What's interesting is, well, I'm not gonna. Well, you know how I always think everything should taste like cinnamon,
This is like
but it is
extremely.
butterscotchy. The nose does smell actually better even after the first sip.
This is extremely oaky wild turkey to me, and I don't hate that because I'm here for any kind of super oak. Ooh, that's nice.
For those of you wondering, Norman is here. He's just not on screen right now, but he's hanging out.
Hanging
For
out
you
and
guys.
facing the opposite direction because he wants to be here for you, but he wants us to know his displeasure
Ooh.
at not getting more food tonight.
The finish on this is lovely.
Yeah,
It is very, like, I'm getting a lot of brown sugar. The first sip I was like a little wishy-washy about, but that second sip I really am loving this.
I'm gonna Bill Becker. I'm gonna answer your question in just a second, but I want to make sure we say hi to Timmy,
Oh,
who has contributed as much as anybody to Five Sip Friday.
Yeah.
Most of the samples we've had this year have been from Tim. So thank you.
Mississippi.
Thank you so much, Tim. And when we do finally get to our southern road trip, we're coming through, man.
Definitely.
We're going to come see you there. Oh, that's what I wanted to do. Bill Becker, did any whiskey YouTubers inspire you to start your channel? Yes, surprisingly, you're going to say you guys aren't anything like him. What are you talking about? Jason C. from
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Jason C. His knowledge and his excitement for whiskey is infectious. We don't have that kind of knowledge. We never will. Even the FAEO2 video is a good example where I should have just looked at the labels to realize French toasted oak staves versus American toasted oak staves. But we were just going by what we had heard on a podcast. And so I didn't even know that difference. I didn't even deliver that correctly. Like, you're never going to get that kind of...
We talked about it, but we,
You're never going to get that kind of knowledge here. What you will get is the excitement over a bottle that we really like, or the disappointment in a bottle that we don't like. And hopefully that's what you're here for anyways.
I really do watch two types of YouTube channels. One for a knowledge base and two for just the pure enjoyment of it. So we're definitely on the hopefully pure enjoyment of it side, but I will agree that Jason C. from Mesh and Drum, like, we watched for quite a while before it ever got started. I mean, I was just watching for fun with no inclination that Phil even was thinking about starting anything.
I can't listen to a band or watch a TV show or watch YouTube without the wheels start spinning. I can't help it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's see here. Early morning tomorrow, Matt H. Good night. Cheers. Thank you so much for joining.
Especially because that was probably like 30 minutes ago. Sorry.
Don says, Toronto, Canada, love you folks. Hey,
Canada, they just opened the borders. One of my clients is very excited.
We want to go see Alaska Bob.
Yeah.
And then we want to shoot across Canada at some point next year.
Just open those borders, like November 1st or something.
Tires need to be balanced better. Probably.
So I will say
we've had some terrible service.
We have, not that anyone from our town no mechanics from our town are watching, but like, we've had like the worst service that I've ever had in all the cities that I've ever lived in this town. Because last time, I think on our regular driver, which is Subaru, we got our tires balanced.
It's a Subaru because we're Oregonians.
Yeah, basically because we live in Oregon.
It couldn't be another car.
And I remember driving on it, and we had friends visiting. We were going to go snowshoeing, and the car literally felt like it was going to fall apart. We had to bring it in. They're like, oh, yeah, we didn't balance this very well. No joke. We brought the van in knowing we were going on this long trip. They did all the things. Like, we got the mileage thing, the whatever. Tires balanced. We're on the road, and that's the first thing I said. I'm like, I wonder if this is a repeat of what happened on the Subaru, where they just neglected or checked a box but didn't actually do it. So we haven't brought it in. We just dealt with it. At 80 miles per hour, it didn't matter.
Exactly, right. Eric wants us to do another hot sauce episode. Eric, if I die on camera, it's on you, bud. Everybody loves the wild turkey, of course. Mm-hmm. Bourbon Rice says he made the mistake of shooting a video in 4K and my computer can't physically handle it. We shot one video in 4K and the people watching couldn't handle it. We were actually told Phil looks not great. So we won't do that again.
No. So, I mean, there's things you could do with lighting to make you not look so high def.
Yeah. Or you can wear a hood backwards on your face.
We did try it once. I didn't notice anything. I mean, I don't know. But we did get comments like, a little scary. You guys look scary.
Yeah.
So no more high def for
Phil
us.
looks rough, I believe was the comment. And they weren't wrong. It's not a good look. Rex wants to know, are you guys planning filming or doing for personal fun a whiskey advent calendar in December? It's coming, Rex. Next Wednesday. Stay tuned. Next Wednesday, we're going to be live stream pulling out the matchups for our advent tournament. And the giveaways this year are awesome. So stay tuned. And by the way, congrats and thank you to the winners from last year, Grant, Grizz, and Carissa from Indiana.
Yeah, Grizz from Portland, Carissa from Indiana.
Thank you so much.
Two parts of
your support means the world to us. And I'm sure you're going to be back to defend your titles.
It's going to be trickier this year. So I don't think I mentioned this earlier when we were talking about the advent calendar, but because I've grown as a bourbon drinker, I'm not going to be choosing, whatever. I'm not going to be choosing by like alone. This year I'm going to try to incorporate.
Is it a good whiskey?
Yeah, like the finish and the flavor profile.
You've never paid attention to the finish. These are false promises.
Instead of just like drinking and being like, this is candy, win.
This whiskey's amazing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
What do you think?
I did not. I'm not saying I didn't like it. It it has improved the more that it's opened up just in this glass. So I am excited to see where it goes. It is delicious.
In my opinion, this is the best of makers. I'm looking at the Master's Keep and thinking Wild Turkey. It's the best of what Wild Turkey has to offer.
I love it.
I think it's fantastic. I think it reminds me of like when you try like, this is going to sound terrible, but Russell's 13 or something like that, because it's distinctly Wild Turkey, but there's something extra about it. It's a new experience. It's a new expression. What more could you ask for? Honestly, these distilleries, it's not like they have, the most random barrels. It's not like everything tastes wildly different. So if you're expecting something great, you expect it to be very different at the same time. And that's what you get from these. And I just love what they do.
I think it's different. Well, I mean, I'm a big Wild Turkey fan. I think this is different. It's a little breadier than I'm used to. It's not, a lot of times, like, if there's any hint of like cinnamon, what is that candy? It's not tamale, right? Like that.
Hot tamales?
Hot tamales. Like if there's any of Big Red or whatever, I'm like, oh, this is definitely Wild Turkey. There's none of that kind of sweetness in this, but there is like some baking sweetness or whatever. This is just like almost like a deeper, darker rendition.
Yeah.
Breadier. I do like it. It's good. And I can't wait to see where this opens up to.
I like an oak finish, like 1910.
Yeah.
The way that they finish it makes a huge impact.
The finish is lovely.
But there's some toasted stuff that I don't really care for because it just adds like this weirdness to it. This doesn't go to that end. I think that this is really well balanced.
I will say the nose is not my favorite. It gets a little bit like in the nose for me.
I don't disagree.
But I am loving the
it's sharp on the nose.
Yeah, it's sharp. That's good. But the palate, but the finish, I'm a sucker for a great finish. If you watched our Monday video of the FAO2, the finish on that, killer. Awesome. Same thing here. Like this finish is lovely.
Peach Coke says, did you get that in Central Oregon? I'm going to have a word with some managers. That's a good bottle for your 1 year. Hit us up, bourbonvan@gmail.com. We're happy to share. That's what it's all about. What's whiskey for if it's not for sharing?
Totally.
Ethan says, the Bourbon Ranch, we thought you died just editing now. That's thank heavens. Peter says, great show. More filming in Chicago, please. We will be back to your backyard as soon as we can.
As soon as we can. I can't wait for more Chicago PD shows.
Right.
Too. The TV shows. This is my brother-in-law. The TV show Chicago PD.
We heard him yell it 50 times while they were filming.
Oh, is that what it was? There's so many now. I never can keep track. But they filmed at my brother's neighbor's house, and I was the creepy stalker on the top floor, like looking out.
Because I'll bet you're in it.
It came out yesterday, and Norman had been staring out the window the entire day. So I'm fingers crossing that he makes an appearance.
But Norman being in there in the window would be fantastic.
Love you, Peter.
And love you, Lyle. Thank you so much. Can open the same bottle for Thanksgiving. I think it's a great Thanksgiving bottle. I think it's sweet enough. It's oaky enough. Well aged, rich, sweet, flavorful. Great finish.
Yeah.
And powerful. It'll stand up to other powerful flavors, which is what Thanksgiving's all about, isn't it?
Yeah. And overeating, and apparently football, and then like games that families either love or hate or both together, which is my family. Which is the most hilarious part of any holiday is the pro versus con gamers. Love it.
Bender Rocks, thank you so much. Thank you for always commenting and supporting us. Really love your comments. Love a good clerk.
Oh,
Grant is a clerk soaker from way back.
Clerk soaker from way back.
Peter, thank you so much. That was completely unnecessary, but thank you so much. We brighten his day. How about that? Brighten ours too, bud.
I know. Love you.
Another shirt theme for Julie.
I love a good cork. Hey, Melissa, thanks for hanging in there. We're like 2 hours in.
Eric Larson's here. Cheers, Eric. Eric is a very early supporter of the channel. Been commenting for a long time. Yeah. Thank you so much.
This reminds me, are you off your prescriptive checklist that you wanted to talk about today?
I'm way off.
We've just been going off the rails and just having a good time.
Tim should be healed up by then. Yeah, Tim, feel better, bud. We thought about
For
you a
sure.
lot. We actually mentioned you
We were
several
talking about you
times.
like I think just today. It was either
Yeah,
yesterday or today. Yeah.
Peter got that driftless Glen. He got that barrel pick in Chicago. That was awesome.
Oh, so to speak to this, so we had Driftless Glen in Wisconsin for the first time. You might have seen our video with Levi Morales Esquire, a Patreon
Esquire,
of our,
naturally.
and it was delicious. Love the Wisconsin
Fantastic.
of the Wisconsin whiskeys, best one.
Yeah.
Then we were in Chicago for a while. We were making our way back home, and there was there's a sign that says free bourbon tasting. How can you pass that
I'm
up?
not gonna just keep walking.
So we walk in, we don't know what it is. It's Driftless Glen, and it was a single barrel.
It was a barrel proof one. It was delicious.
Yeah, and a barrel proof single barrel. Yeah, and I was pumped. So we're all in there, we're drinking, whatever. I loved it. Like I thought it was amazing, but Phil wasn't all that enamored. Like he liked it, but whatever.
I was being very judicious because
He
we were
wasn't-
already like 30 bottles in.
Which, if you follow the channel, at that point we had only bought like 2 bottles. Like we were not.
No, we were at least a dozen in.
It didn't matter. But like I was like, there was very few things that I taste that I'm like, I love this. Now I did have, we were at happy hour before, but I'm like, it was really good. But he said
It was
no.
good. It was really good, but we already had a Driftless Glen, and I knew we hadn't gotten to Kentucky yet.
I know, and
We hadn't even gotten to Indiana yet.
and it's not that he said no, but it was the fact that he was just like wishy-washy about it. That I'm like, ooh, if he's wishy-washy about it, then as the more beginner drinker, I'm like,
Yeah.
maybe it's not as great as I think it is. So Peter just saved me a little sample.
Yeah.
Next time we'll be home
The Driftless Glen,
soon.
Driftless Glen makes great whiskey. There's no doubt about it. But we already had one, and we had a long trip to go, so that's why we didn't go.
Yeah.
Reich said his baby's finally down, celebrating Veterans Day with a first-time tasting and bottle pop of Pikesville Rye.
Yes.
Salute to the veterans, and I hope that you enjoy that Pikesville. That's
Literally
It's a-
changed my mind on
that's
a
still,
lot of things, actually.
I think that's still a top 10 rye for us. Maybe even a top 5.
I
As
will
far
say-
as available ryes go, it's top 5.
This is gonna sound real not great,
No, here it comes.
but sometimes, like when you have I feel this way about menus, like food menus. Sometimes you get to a restaurant and you have a menu that has like 8 pages, and you're like, I don't want all these pages. Just tell me the 5 things that you do, and I'll just pick one for dinner.
Yeah.
And so Pikesville is I feel like it gets kind of like shuffled back because it's like, well, we have all this other stuff to drink, so I don't even think about Pikesville. But every time I have it, it's amazing.
Yeah.
And so it's one of those things where I wish it was just on that like short list menu because then I would drink it more often.
I agree.
If that
Yeah.
makes sense.
And it's always readily available, so you can't really beat that.
Yeah, and it's
Um,
affordable, which
yeah.
is
And at 110 proof, that proof point's awesome.
Yeah.
It's just fantastic. I love that Heaven Hill just went for it. They're like, we're not going to do a Pikesville 90 proof and then a Pikesville barrel proof. We're
Yeah.
just going to give you the best example of this whiskey
Yeah.
straight up.
Yeah, we're not
Well
gonna-
done.
I'm happy.
Grace says he's going to win again. We'll
It's
see.
possible.
We'll see. Absolutely.
There's no inside track this year because
Well, there wasn't even
I-
like
no.
before. We've
Well, there was
never
no inside
tasted
track
whiskey
either.
on camera
but
before.
I feel like I was pretty like, if it tastes like candy, I'm gonna move it along. And this year, I know Phil thinks that I'm lying, but I'm gonna try to be more judicious about my choices.
We'll see. You're going to drink it all and you're going to love it all. Good night, Keith. Good luck.
1910 is not an option this year, so
Yeah, all the bottles that were in last
everything's
year,
in.
the bottles that were in last year are out this year. So you're
Yeah.
gonna be seeing some new bottles, and you're gonna be seeing some stuff that we've never had on the shelf before and never tried on video. So it's anybody's game. That's the chaos that we love.
Can I also tell you that I'm having a great time tonight?
Is that right?
I mean, I'm always having, but like, I'm really having a great time. We've said this before. I'm like astonished and like pumped that we made it to a year. Like, I'm pumped.
I will
Phil's,
say we needed
when you
the road
started-
trip. The road trip helped a lot because we were a little
Yeah.
bit down. Like, it's fun,
it's
but are we really
tiring.
doing anything interesting? And then when we got on the road, it was like going
I
to
did-
new places, trying new bottles, seeing new things, seeing how other distillers are doing things and meeting other channels. It invigorated us. It
did.
feels
And
totally
we got a selection of stuff that we can't get here. And that helps too, because you do watch a lot of other channels and they get things that you're just like dreaming about. And you're like, I'll never see that here. or maybe you'll see it, but
Yeah.
it's never available. And so we did take this opportunity to find things that we're excited about, which helps a lot, I
Do you know
think.
what broke my heart though?
Oh no.
There was one bottle that I tried in Chicago actually, with Captain James. We were out at a bar and they had Heaven Hill's 6-year
Oh yeah.
bottled and bond, and it was
Well,
so good. It was such a caramely, delicious flavor
mhm.
bomb. And I thought, well, we're going to Kentucky. I'll find it. Well, Heaven Hill was shut down, and I'm pretty sure that everybody bunkered shelves full of this stuff, thinking that they wouldn't be able to get it again.
Oh yeah, maybe.
We looked everywhere for that bottle, never found it. So we're gonna have to go back to Kentucky this coming year because I need that bottle. I want it. We got the 7-year, but I wanted the 6-year. So cheers, Rob M. Thank you so much. Can't wait to watch another year of videos. We can't wait to bring them to you. I love it. Don says he doesn't watch much whiskey anymore, but loves us 100%.
Thanks, Don.
What more can we say? That makes us feel great.
We're just here for the fun.
David knew.
I
think most of you kind of probably
yeah,
know.
I try for some subtle knowledge. Okay, no, I don't try for any knowledge. Phil tries for some subtle knowledge. I
don't always get it right.
I am the color commentary. I feel like I do a pretty good job. And I'm just here for the fun and the deliciousness. And I think we do a good balance there. At least I'm hoping so. You guys have told us that we do.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
a year, guys. I can't believe it.
It's pretty
Sorry.
crazy.
now we're like 2 hours into the stream, and now I'm just like.
Right. We're going to catch up on these comments, and then we're going to go
Yeah.
ahead and start drawing things. Whiskey Mountains is here. We love your content. We love your outdoor
Yay,
stuff.
thank you.
Cheers so much.
For
Fantastic.
fellow hikers, I didn't do enough hiking with whiskey this year. I want, maybe we can meet up sometime.
Here's the thing. I brought a flask full of Bookers on our road trip.
You did?
Did not get the chance to even break it out. Not once. That it's still sitting over there.
Yeah, I don't know if you're still on, but like I would do a meetup and do a hiking.
meetup?
I love hiking is my favorite. I love it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
There's Tobacco Bean. Congrats on a great first year. Here's to many more. Cheers,
thank
Tobacco
you.
Bean. Thank you so much. Another supporter of the channel. All right, we're catching up, and I think it's time to draw. Don't you think?
Do you think?
I think so. We got East Coasters that are wrapping it up.
Let's. I mean, you'll find out. We'll get in touch with you. We can always.
Hang on, this is one I want to address. I wish I could get my wife to appreciate bourbon. Old Forester 1910. Start there.
Oh.
Or Woodford Double Oaked. Either one of those. Start there.
I would say 1910.
Yeah.
Woodford Double Oaked, I do. Well, not Double Oaked. Wait.
Yeah.
Which is the original? Is that Double Oaked?
Yeah. That was the one that you liked first.
It is very fudgy. To me, it's now. I guess it's a little too much desserty. But I do love the 1910. I think that was my turning point. Like I started
because the Woodford was great, but it was so sweet.
Yeah, I started with 80 proofers, like the Four Roses, which I was very transparent at the very beginning of this that I was like my favorite. There goes the cat. He's just gonna hang out.
Come here, you.
That was the thing.
Let's not show the camera your butt. Come here, you.
But that was like really the thing that got me into it. I just like the sweet carameliness of it. It was delicious. No proof. The 1910 was the first thing that I had that I was like, holy smokes, these flavors are insane.
Right.
But there was no proofiness about it. Like it was
93 proof on that bottle. It's a great
so
bottle.
lovely. And then I think that actually encouraged me to try like other things because there's definitely things that I tried in last year's Advent tournament where I was like, Phil's trying to kill me right now.
No.
That now I can.
She says that, but Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Proof made it to the final round.
Which is what I'm saying. Like the Jack Daniel's is one of them. But now I'm like totally appreciative of them. The flavor profiles, the things that you can get out, it's just delicious. So that it's not a bad thing to start with the 1910. It's so sweet and delicious that it'll just make a bourbon fan out of you.
Yeah, it might do the trick. Yeah, 1910. If you had to throw a Hail Mary, that's
and it's not in the tournament, so it won't win this year. Last year feels a little easy at this point with my 1910 win.
Well, there's Jim. Thank you so much, Jim. We appreciate that. More entertaining than a football game. I'm not going to disagree with that. It depends on the announcers.
It does depend on the announcers and who's playing, for sure.
It matters. Yeah. Love watching the show. Cheers. Thank you so much, Jim. Always been a supporter of the channel. We appreciate you so much.
I also love that we keep calling this a show, which is my favorite thing ever.
It's pretty much us in real life. There's no show.
Because I always call it a show, and I think that's funny.
Whiskey Mad, $5. Congratulations on your first year. Enjoy your channel. Lots of fun. Looking forward to year 2. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. We will try to live up to what we've done already. And hopefully, with the equipment that we're planning to scoop up, we should be able to do it. So hopefully improved audio, improved video.
If you guys don't
And a lot
mind,
more live
we'll just
streams.
keep, what do you call that when you just scrape along?
Trucking.
That's not what I was thinking. Trucking is not the word. But what is the word where you're like, everything's kind of like, not low maintenance, but
Sucking?
no.
Okay, I don't know.
We won't suck. So
Alright.
yeah, anyway, don't worry about it. In about 20 minutes, I'll think of the word and I'll let you know, which is how it happens in real life.
A lot of compliments coming in, guys. I'm not trying to skip anybody, but I'm trying to catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
Love the 5-Sip Friday. So do we. Season 1 coming to an end. We're gonna have a couple bonus videos in the month of November so that they end in November.
Yeah.
And then we'll be back as soon as we're traveling on the road again. We have a ton of whiskeys saved up. We're trying to figure out how to make it a little more fun, a little more interesting. We don't want to make it crazy because we think that the formula, the way that it is right now, it's fun for us. It's easy for us. We get to try it, guess, say whether or not we like it, and that's it. It's not the crazy popular series. We don't really care about that.
Yeah.
We know that the people who like it a lot, and that's what matters to us. So we just want to, if you have any ideas, reach out to us, bourbonman@gmail.com.
I'm not going to say this summer. Oh, I wish. I hate winter. This winter, I'm not saying that like we won't go snowshoeing. I am a horrible snowboarder, but I was just talking to a friend of mine. We might do some camping up at the mountain. We might do that, and then we'll throw in some random 5 sips. But we can't guarantee that every Friday after the new year is going to be a 5-Sip Friday.
Right.
We'll see. We're keeping you on the hook.
Oh, here we go. This is it.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just talking about that Heaven Hill. I was there with Ernie the cat. This is Ernie's Uncle Dad, Captain James. Yes. The Heaven Hill at Big Star, actually, they had the what was the place next door to that? Mordecai. Yeah, Mordecai had the Dusty bottles, which was crazy. The best selection of Dusty bottles I've ever seen. Go to Mordecai in Wrigleyville in Chicago. Dusty's galore. I mean, I've never seen a shelf like that. And they had a Heaven Hill 6-year that was awesome. But the best thing that we had at Big Star was JW Dant. They had a single barrel. I've never seen anybody do a single barrel of JW Dant. It was awesome. It was a $5 pour, and it was one of the best whiskeys I tried all the way across the country. It was amazing. It was so chocolatey, so caramely, so flavorful. A JW Dant single barrel. I've never seen that before. It was awesome. So yes, talking about that.
Can I just tell you? I just finished my Master's Keep. Lovely.
Mm-hmm.
I took a sip of water after that. The flavors that came out
when I
had the water, like just to clear my palate, it was like chocolatey coffee. I liked it. I can't wait till this opens up. I'm just very excited.
It says notes of rich vanilla, fresh toasted oak, caramel spice, and butterscotch. I know you read that earlier. It's accurate.
None of the notes that I got. I mean, I did get butterscotch and all that other stuff, but like I'm telling you, that finish was coffee and chocolate. It was so good. Where would you like to? Well, I'll just put this to the side. Are you done with yours?
I'm done with mine. Yeah, I need another glass of something because I want to get to picking things. I don't want everybody to have to wait all night. So, but I also want to have another whiskey. So maybe we should do a pick.
I never thought like I've watched other channels that I'm like, oh my gosh, they talked for like 5 hours. That's crazy. And we are 2.25 hours in.
Yeah.
Having a great time. I do want to have another drink, and I kind of want. So this is my thing because you're out, right? For your 111s.
Yeah, that was it. That was it. That was 3 111 bottles.
It was lovely, by the way. Can I high five you?
Thank you. That was for you. That was all for you. That was a gift for you.
I was gonna say thank you for putting all that thought into that. That was much more than I did. I was just like excited and We're a church.
The fact that you were here and supporting this and allowing us to do this as a couple is gift enough for me.
I know. So I think that our last drink, I mean, maybe we'll pull the winners and then we can stay on.
I think we should pull the winners and think about
and
having
then we
another
can stay have. Well, I mean, we don't have to pull them now, but I think we should each pick what we think our drink of the last year. It doesn't have to be like our favorite drink of the last year, but it could be like what sums up year one of the Bourbon Band.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I like that idea a ton.
You can think about it too.
Let me think on it. Okay, Whiskey Mountains. We're gonna be in touch. Let's do it.
Yeah.
This thing that there says, what bourbon will you use for hot chocolate? Doing a hot chocolate bar for Christmas and need a treat for the adults.
Okay, wait.
Elijah Craig Toasted Barrel is not easy to find, but that's our eggnog whiskey.
No, that's what I was just gonna say. Like, it's not hot chocolate, so for me, anything pepperminty. So if you find and I almost think like a rye would be good for that because ryes have that like minty flavor to them. Not all of them, but you got to find like a really minty rye. I think that would be perfect for a hot chocolate. Do you agree?
No.
Oh.
Because the rest of the flavors in a rye could throw things off.
No, it's like an old fashioned. A rye is like the way to go. Don't listen to him. So if you
honestly,
there's a lot of ryes that we've had.
Buffalo cream.
Well, I mean that seems easy, like cream and chocolate.
Yeah, and that would be my recommendation.
Okay, whatever. But anything that has a minty, so fine. Buffalo cream, I'm sure would be delicious as well because it's got the creamy aspect. But I'm assuming you're putting whipped cream on it already. Anything that has a mint palate, which to me, more ryes than regular bourbon.
Yeah, you're probably right. I don't disagree. Pikesville has a minty back end and it has a chocolatey back end.
Well, yeah, but Pikesville is very desserty.
Yeah, it's powerful.
So off the top of my head, I would have to look at my spreadsheet.
I would go Woodford Double Oaked.
Okay, well,
because it's got a chocolatey finish on it and it's carameling. Tobacco Bean says, "How do I make it an even 10? Sorry, I'm a newbie." No idea. I don't think it matters. $9.99 or whatever it is. It's all good.
We love you anyway.
Yeah.
It's fun. I don't actually know. I should know that. See, kind of stuff.
David says a 6-year for the price point all day, becoming harder to find in Kentucky, which it totally was. Takes it over the Heaven Hill 7-year anytime. We haven't opened that 7-year yet. We don't know, but that's what we keep hearing. And I had that 6 and I loved it.
Oh, so we have the 7, but not the 6.
Right. That white and green bottle, it's gorgeous too. I love the old school Heaven Hill labels. I love those old school labels. I like the 7-year. It says, "This bourbon is 7 years old."
Mm-hmm.
I love that. I love how they're just like, they don't just say 7 years. They put a whole sentence on it.
Yeah.
Everything about that brand seems old school, and I love that.
I was just gonna say, teacher, can I have a moment?
Yeah.
Back to what I said about our last drink.
Sure.
So this is where my brain's going right now. Everything in me wants to have a 1910 because 1910 is where it all started and my love affair with bourbon. But because I feel like I've grown over the last year, I want to finish my night with I'm finishing with Old Forester because Old Forester.
That's what you do.
It's what I do. Even though I will say at the end of this year, Smoke Wagon.
How good is that? Smoke Wagon.
She is vying for my love of bourbons, but Old Forester, because of the sweet note, I think I would like to try the new 1920, which we do have.
Sure.
The new label and the new formula as more of a grown-up version of going into my second year.
The new one's over there on the shelf somewhere.
It's not on our shelf?
We have the old bottle up here somewhere in the back there.
I could just do the old bottle, but I don't remember what the difference is. We were going to do it on the road. We were going to do a video between the difference between 1920 last year and 1920, the new formula. I just never got around to it. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to do Nashville Barrel because it was the most surprisingly amazing whiskey on the road this year. Blew me away.
Well, I guess I'll just stick to the 1920 that we have right here, so I don't have to go sorting through.
Well, there's also the single barrel over there too, if you want to go crazy.
No, I don't.
Ernie is a cat. This is actually Ernie. Prove it.
Wait, I want a photo. Softest cat in the biz, baby.
Cat in the biz. Yeah, please send photos.
He's so sweet. Follow him on Instagram.
Yep.
I think it's Ernie as a cat.
Is it on Insta now? Let us post your Insta. We love it.
Yeah. We follow anything cat. If you're a cat person, please. Well, I don't know but I follow.
Tobacco Bean, thank you so much. You figured it out. You're in. You're in, bud.
Yeah.
Also a supporter of the channel. Also a Patreon.
Yes.
How about that? A recent Patreon too. We appreciate you.
I'm assuming cigar smoker?
Pipe smoker.
Pipe smoker? Yeah. Which Phil can get into that. He loves cigars.
Dude, I also love pipes.
He's a big cigar guy.
Grandpa smoked a pipe with cherry rum pipe tobacco. Also a veteran, by the way.
And I will say, Grant was on earlier. Grant Grizz. I think his name's Grant, but Grizz.
Grizz.
Portland guy. And there's a great cigar place there. We've always wanted to check it out. We lived there for obviously years, never did. Then all this stuff happened, but maybe we'll have to go check that out.
Are you talking about the one that's
right next to back?
It's a theater, right?
Porch? Nope, that's our coffee place.
The Backdoor Lounge.
Backdoor Lounge.
You're talking about the one over there on
yeah,
it's in Portland. Yeah. Get your wife to watch the Bourbon Band. She'll come around. There you go. Cheers to that.
Sometimes maybe it's just the good times that get you into it.
My wife isn't a whiskey drinker, but she enjoys watching vids with me. Thanks for the great content. We'll keep it up. We're going to keep doing it because, that's the kind of stuff that makes it work for us.
I'm so bad with after all these years, I mean,
everything that you're about to do the opposite.
I'm going to say, like, not just the videos, but, like, just working on a computer in general over 20 years. You'd think you know where the camera is. It's kind of the same way of taking a selfie with your friends.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always looking straight ahead, and the camera's always over here.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Selfie with your friends. How about every photo we take?
Selfie.
I haven't seen Julie's eyes.
Look at that. Selfie with my friends.
I haven't seen Julie's eyes in a photo that we've taken 10 years. LJ says Weller Special Reserve, then Woodford Double Oak, then 1910. If you can find the Special Reserve, it's a good place to start. We did bourbons generally, especially the low proof ones, even Makers or something like that.
We actually just watched
Makers 46, by the way, is one that we always share with beginner bourbon drinkers.
Yeah, I was just gonna say we watched the Bourbon Junkies earlier today. I hope nobody from my work is watching. Earlier today, and they did a bunch of like a Weller Pappy lineup, like where everything rated. It was pretty interesting. I thought it was interesting. There's a ton of them that I haven't had, so I can't be a judge of where they. But I do love the Special Reserve.
I also love the way that they did it, though. Like availability and price comes into play. It has to matter.
Yeah, Special Reserve did end up at the bottom, but the reason they put it there wasn't because of flavor. It was just because it's like cheaper, not the best, iteration of what Weller can do. But I thought it was pretty good. I also made me jealous of
because I think it swings well above its weight class.
It does, but
of all the Wellers.
But I also have never had most of the things that they were talking about.
Yeah, so we have no perspective. Yeah, we're like Donnie from The Big Lebowski. We have no perspective here. We're like a child that walks into a room. James Norwood, supporter of the channel.
Steve Buscemi references tonight.
James Norwood, big supporter of the channel since very early on, and big supporter of Norman, maybe the biggest. So cheers.
Yeah. He was here, so he was sitting here, and then I don't know where he is actually.
He's right over there on the couch, sitting angrily looking at us.
No, he's not angry. He's just catting.
A little bit.
He's just being a cat. They're not like they're not like dogs who are always smiling. They're moody.
Tim, is this tonight? You became for a small blind flight where we rank samples. We have 28 of them over there, so we could.
I know. I mean, to be
schlepping along and scraping by. Those are the words you were thinking of. Those were the phrases.
Schlepping along.
Schlepping along or scraping by.
So to be honest, Tim, we do have a lot of samples. We picked up more samples. So in Chicago, we saw our friend, the Chi-Town sampler, which always makes me laugh because on the number one, which I think Chi-Town sampler, you'll be our number one of 2022, which seems like a crazy date.
You'll be the first one that we do.
Because he was the very first person that sent us samples, our very first Five Sip Friday, and I called him what did I call him? The Chi-Town
Strangler.
And it's to this day, it makes me laugh so hard. Anyway, but we picked up more, so that added to our thing. So we're gonna have to keep it going, I guess.
Ruby, that means the world to us. So that's the whole point, right? Find something new.
Mm.
That's part of that. That's the collection. It's not just that; it's the excitement of tasting something different and having your mind blown. You like that, huh?
Yeah. So I was thinking actually today. Sometimes I mean the Patreons asked us this question last week, and it was like, you're coming up to your 1 year. What have you enjoyed the most about your journey over the last year, or like the channel or whatever? And like, there's been a lot of great things like we've talked about throughout the night. But I said the one thing, and I touched on this earlier, was that I was 1000% content to drink my Four Roses Yellow Label
Mhm.
and
Buffalo Trace.
in 1910, right?
Yeah.
Like, and to be perfectly honest, if I never had anything else again, those aren't terrible things to like end your
Desert
like,
Island whiskeys.
Desert Island. It's not a
bad.
terrible thing to like be done with. But this channel has challenged me to try, like Phil would drink things and he's like, taste this. And I'm like, explosion, right? Like I was like, it's too proofy, it's too this, like I don't know how to drink it. Like, because I was somebody that just like almost like drank it like a shot versus like took a sip of things. And so this channel has really taught me like how to appreciate, how to drink, how to do all of these things, like with these various bourbons. And then I went from like loving like 86 proof and 92 proof and 100 proof to like now drinking things are like 135.
I mean, this is 115 proof whiskey. You're not
Yeah.
flinching. You're just talking about how great it is.
Yeah, and like drinking something that's 135, which would probably have put Julie 29, what year are we in? Julie 2020. Oh gosh, Julie 2020 in, asleep. Now I'm just like, oh, this is good. Like it's delicious. So I
Yeah,
think
for
like
better or worse.
one of the best things about this kind of like growth and this experience, besides all of you guys, which of course I've said like 1,000 times, we are so appreciative of you and love you guys all so much, is that it has, for better or worse,
Mhm.
tasked me with like expanding my horizons and trying like new things. And I'm literally obsessed. Like I still love cocktails and I still drink beer and I love all that other stuff.
Sure.
But I'm like obsessed now. Like I keep wanting to try new things.
I mean, we did it for better or worse. And I agree with her that trying new things is the best part of this whole thing. And meeting new people, speaking of which, meeting Ethan and Katie Turk, that was one of the highlights of our trip. Cheers to meeting you in Kentucky. Look forward to many meetups in the future. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see how the channel grows this year. Thank you so much. We can't thank you enough. I mean, we're about to choose who gets these flights, and we're going to do that really quickly here.
Because then you guys, I mean, I don't want you to leave.
And then if you don't, we don't. If you want to hang around, by all means. We just don't want to keep you all night. We know you have other things to do.
Yeah, there's other channels I'm sure going right now.
All right, so let's do this. Let's choose.
We'll keep going through our thing, but
Ethan and Katie, do you want to choose?
Because I have the list for the Patreons if you want me to choose that. If you guys want to choose for the general public, like I'm going to say general public, that seems so weird.
Well, there
but
are
everybody else,
Let's
right?
see.
Or if you guys have it for both, that's totally great with me as well. Phil's going to touch base with you. But at the same time, like we're going to hang on a little bit longer.
Yeah. Actually, Ethan and Katie, do you want to send us the winners for both of those? If you want to text us, by all means, go ahead and send it to us, and we'll announce it that way. That way, because I don't want to lose where we're at in the chat, because we're going to miss a ton of text of comments here.
Yeah, and we're going to stick around a little bit longer.
Yeah,
I will. So this is so funny. I don't know why this just brought me up.
That's awesome. We love that whiskey.
The finish. Every live stream we have, we talk about Mexican food. Like I'm like, I'm so hungry. I can't wait to get to Mexican food.
We haven't had dinner tonight.
We're gonna have pizza tonight, so we're changing it up for our 2-year anniversary.
We're gonna have a Mexican
pizza, and it's
pizza.
just a frozen pizza. It's not exciting.
Oh,
but,
I thought maybe we were gonna get something special.
Yeah, we did have tacos for lunch, so it wouldn't be a Bourbon Van live stream if we didn't talk about some sort of tacos.
Cheers to Mike, also who's been a subscriber and a supporter of the channel for a very long time. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. All right, let's see. This is a great comment right here.
Wait a second. What did you put in your glass? I was so obsessed with my
I put Nashville
1920.
Barrel in here.
That's right.
This is the Nashville.
Wait, which one?
It's the
Did you use the
Nashville.
pumpkin?
Yeah, the Nashville Barrel or Bourbon.
I feel like.
Did I win?
Well,
Well, you picked 115 proof one, so I did too.
Yeah. I'm just thinking like this is like a growth moment. Like I went from 1910 to 1920, and then you just
Are you
picked
saying
one
I need
that's
to
so
grow?
amazing. No, the pumpkin one, like I call it the pumpkin one. I don't know what to call it. It's amazing.
It was their Halloween.
This
choice.
is my epitome of I'm just curious. I was just curious what you picked, and now I'm jealous and I want to drink it.
Well, I'm all about letting you down all the time. Okay. Giving us a range for the super chats. Okay.
What does that mean?
Okay. So Mike's in 5. Okay. Ethan Turk says we need a number 1 through 233 for the super chat giveaway. Don't
Oh,
have
I can do the Patreon.
info. Okay, so we'll choose the Patreon right
Got
now.
my computer.
Let's start there. And I've got a couple more Patreons that we need to add to it, Joel.
And
so
then
let's
I
do
can
that quick.
right, and then I can tell you, and then I can do a like a crazy number. Like we'll do the Google number. Phil knows how to do that.
Yeah. So we've got.
Oh boy, hold on, I gotta froze it up. We talked about my terrible.
Oh, look at your eagle. That's pretty.
I know, I picked that.
Is your computer going to recover?
It's a new computer.
It doesn't look like a new computer. Peach Coke recommends Pizza Mondo. I do love some Pizza Mondo. They have the best mushrooms in the biz.
So here's the thing about Pizza Mondo. The sausage pizza.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think their gluten-free pizza rivals the regular pizza, but their sausage pizza amazing. So salty that I could eat it at 5 p.m. and at like 2 a.m. I'm like on a desert island dying. Like I'm so thirsty. So that's the one thing. Wow, I think I need to redo this. So keep talking, Phil. I'll be restarting my computer shortly.
No problem.
It's a new computer though, so I don't know how to restart my computer.
Let's see here. So we've got okay. So you're getting Mike D in there. That's great. 1 to 238. That's the number we have to choose, and we will choose that momentarily. Hang in there with us. Bill Becker. This is a good question. If you had to choose a non-bourbon, non-rye whiskey type, what would it be? Irish Scotch, American wheat, American malt, or other? There are some great Irish whiskeys out there that I've enjoyed very much, but there are some Scotches that have blown my mind.
So I will say we have our
no idea where you're going with this.
I was gonna say half-assed our
sure
St. Patty's episode because we haven't had too many Irish whiskey.
This year
I want to blow it out a little bit more. I would like some barrel proofers. I love Irish whiskey. It's very delicious.
Yeah.
Everything I tried.
Never met an Irish whiskey I didn't like.
I'm not a huge Scotch person, but Phil does like it, and we have a couple of friends that are big timers.
Yeah,
on
I like
Scotch.
anything that's unique and has big flavor and can be done for a reasonably affordable price, and that's what Scotch does for me.
Mhm.
You don't have to spend a fortune to get some really great flavors out of some Scotches. And I love like the terroir and all the different types of Scotches that you can find out there. I think that's what's great about American whiskey right now. And we saw it more than ever when we were on our tour across the country this year.
Mhm.
Wyoming, Colorado, Wisconsin, Iowa, all producing unbelievably different flavors. Texas absolutely blew our minds. So, yeah, I think there's some great flavors out there terroir-wise when you're talking about American whiskeys like bourbon and rye. But Scotch, each one just seems so distinctly different. It's, for me, I can't, like, to say anything other than Scotch as an answer there. I couldn't do it.
And also,
computer going?
Yeah, I had to relog in. Also, shout out to Angela at Trailhead, who over the last year, since this is the year anniversary, introduced us to some amazing Scotches.
She and her husband, their Scotch knowledge is unbelievable.
They're coming over.
And yeah,
we've got some new stuff. Even though you own the store,
we got
some stuff that I don't think you've had.
And Justin, of course, too, who's been a fantastic friend of the channel and keeps us feeling very excited about what we're doing, and
Keeps Phil's credit card
yeah, he wears us out a
liquid.
little bit financially, but it's worth it. All right,
Okay, Patreons. I can do this.
you got Patreons?
So, how are we gonna? Oh, right.
Choose them all and then put them in the.
It was a randomizer, right?
Yeah, it was. Let me get that for you.
So I'm gonna do the Patreon one. I can random generate a number for Katie and Ethan.
Use the random chooser. Go to random chooser.
Oh, that's right.
We like that thing. It works really, really well. That's what we're going to use next Wednesday, by the way, for our for when we choose the whiskeys that are going to go into our Advent tournament.
Okay,
the
got
random
it.
Chooser. Okay.
All right, so give me 2 seconds.
All right, so we are about to choose a Patreon who's going to win.
Guys,
Did you add the 2 from tonight?
Nope.
Okay, add these 2.
I know I have them
Here
on
you
my
go.
phone, but please help me along.
Eric G.
Hey, Eric Anderson.
And
Nope.
DK Tucker, please. We're going to make sure that everybody's in here because we appreciate everybody so much. And I think that's it. It's just those 2 there.
Got it?
So, all right, we are going to select them really quickly.
We're very chatty. It's always weird to have like
We talk a lot.
a moment of silence. Well, I mean,
All
just
right,
in my
here
life
we go.
in general.
Patrons. Richard, by the way, says, I want to sit next to Julie on a cross-country flight after she has sipped a bit of
Do
bourbon
you?
and enjoy a conversation for 4+ hours. Rich, you can have my seat. How about that?
Okay, so I'm a terrible plane sleeper. I put on so I'm not that excited on planes. Patreon's gonna have to wait. So I'm not that excited on planes. In real life, I will meet up with you for a beer, a drink, whatever it is. I will talk your ear off hours.
Yeah.
But for some reason on a plane, I sit in my seat, I put on my headphones, podcast, jazz, whatever music is, or a movie. If I'm on like a cross country, like across Atlantic or whatever, put on some movies. I literally do not like talking to people on planes. Like I just want to be left alone on the planes. But in real life, so maybe not on a plane, but let's meet up.
Do you have a sailboat?
Oh, I got trapped in a bathroom once on a sailboat. It's terrible.
God's
Okay.
sake. Thank you, Rye Guy. Thank you. Bill Becker says Blue Malnati's. Love some Blue Malnati's.
Okay, are we ready?
Cheeks hurt
Patreon
from
winner.
smiling so much.
What?
Melissa's cheeks hurt from smiling so much.
I know.
Yeah, mine too. I'm having a great night. Who do you got there?
Aubrey!
Aubrey is our big winner, our big Patreon winner. Cheers, Aubrey. Oh, we love Aubrey.
We love Aubrey. I'm so excited.
Nobody does better cigar and whiskey pairings on
I
Instagram
know.
than Aubrey. We love watching you, Aubrey. Cheers. Thank you so much. We will be in touch.
We love you.
Yeah.
Thank you for supporting us. You get one of the flights.
You get the
Congratulations.
Patreon flight. We will reach out with that for you. Aubrey's been a really long-term supporter of this channel.
I'm so
and a very good
pumped.
friend of the channel.
Wait, I can't high five you, so I'm gonna high five you.
How about that? All right, here
I'm
we go.
pumped.
That was fantastic.
Long-time supporter. Love it. Okay, so for this one,
What's our number, Ethan?
No,
What
he
is it?
said 0.
1 to 238.
Is that still accurate?
Let me just double check. Mike's drinking Chivas 18 tonight. That sounds pretty good. Oh, Eric's offering us a Blue Spot cask strength. We would not turn that down.
Don't get distracted.
Sorry,
We're trying to so that everyone can go to. It's only 7:30 here, but in other places,
It looks like that's the same number. That's the same number.
Okay, so
1 to 238.
Do we want to do on your phone?
Should we do it on the phone?
Yeah, because
I don't know
on
what my
here,
phone
my randomizer. I'll figure it out.
Okay, here we go.
From what we do.
Hey Siri, pick a number between 1 and 238.
To edit.
Oh my god.
Oh, the worst.
Pick a number between 1 and 238.
It's 120.
120. Let us know who that is.
120.
238. You guys
Right
are nuts.
in the middle. That's crazy. That's crazy.
I forgot already what the number was. 120?
It was number 120, yeah. Only 95 likes. How many are watching? 68.
Yeah.
We've never had one go over 100 concurrent viewers before. So,
Wait, but look,
but it doesn't matter about the numbers. We're having fun with the people that are here, and that's what matters. Ethan says this: the super chat winner is Stefan, which we never got right. Let us know.
Stephen.
We love you and thank you so much and cheers, and we hope you love this flight. This is fantastic.
Yay, Aubrey and I love it. And Stephen. Sorry. Let us know. We apologize if we said your name wrong.
Well, congratulations to Aubrey and I'm going to say Stefan. I like Stefan.
I like it too.
All right, I'm going to say it. Congratulations to both of you, and thank you so much to Ethan and Katie Turk. This is
Oh, guys, literally highlight of our trip. Loved meeting you. We had such a blast.
so great.
I still want to hear about your the Bourbon Festival. What was it called, Phil? That they went to.
Whiskey on the Water.
Whiskey. I want to hear
Yeah.
about Whiskey on the Water. I really want to hear about how that was, how much fun you had, and I can't wait to stay on your property sometime. Selfishly.
Someday.
Someday.
Tim says, I wish I knew you were near Ohio. Yeah, you know what? We didn't really share a lot of information on the Bourbon on the Banks. There you go. I was close.
Did you say Bourbon on the River?
I said whiskey on the water.
Oh, Bourbon on the Banks, Whiskey on the Water. Close.
Thank you so much to everybody who has been here, played along. So many of you, by the way, offered to host us this year that we were wondering next spring, we're doing this again. Like we did 50 days on the road this fall. We're going to do this spring and fall.
We're hoping
from now
to.
on.
Yeah.
It's kind of a thing. Synonyms for the win. We're thinking about doing this from now on. So we know that a lot of you Patreons have been very generous in inviting us to stay with you.
I want to actually
we
make
want
the
to.
trip to incorporate more of that. This one was a little bit unique because we were trying to get to the marathon and to family at more of a timetable. But Phil and I have been talking about like we want to keep this. We want to do this again for the spring and the fall, like you said. I don't know what the timetables are, whether it's like 30 days or 50, like who knows how long the distance is going to be, but we're going to more concentrate it because the one thing we did learn over this last, maybe you feel differently, but over the last 50 days, we put a lot of states in a short amount of time. So we want to like experience the places that we go as well. We were fortunate to meet up with a lot of people, but we were exhausted at the end, I think.
It was tiring, but ultimately, like the first half of it, we knew that we had to get to the marathon. We left ourselves a ton of time to get there, and it worked out perfectly. And we want to do that again in the future. It's nice to have loose goals, loose timelines that we can make judgment calls while we're on the road. And that's what's going to happen in the future. Yeah. Coming home was tricky. That just didn't work out in our favor, unfortunately. But things like, sorry, I was just getting rid of that banner. It was just getting annoying. Things like when we were in Iowa, we just happened up on this beautiful lake and decided to stay for 3 days. And in the future, our Patreons are folks that we will let them know where we're at. Come meet us if you can. And that's what we want to keep doing. That's the most fun for us, is meeting people and growing this community and seeing how many of you are out there that we're all so similar, quite honestly, that it's fantastic to share this experience with everybody else. It's great.
Whiskey in the Water equals Banks, Bourbon on the Banks. I like it.
Yeah, pretty close enough. It's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, we said this at the top. I was going to say the top of the hour, the top of the 5 o'clock hour, or 6 o'clock hour, 7 o'clock hour, 8 o'clock hour, depending where you are. We just feel very grateful. I feel so grateful that you guys are following along, that you've had such positive encouragement. I mean, that is the thing that keeps us going. And, we're having just a blast. We're glad that we can share this with you. We're glad, at the beginning of the end of 2020, beginning of 2021, more of a beginner drinker. I feel like I've grown a lot this year. I'm hoping that we can help you as well. Yeah. I'm just here for the fun and laughs. Phil's here for the knowledge.
I'm
obsessed. Hopefully we'll keep you more. We'll keep you going through 2022. And they're more Norman. Hopefully.
Stephen, reach out to us on thebourbonvan@gmail.com. Hit us up
Yes.
there.
Oh, we always forget about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely. Thank you so much. And cheers to you. Congratulations. Ruby says, I can't wait to meet you guys. I know we're possible cross in the future.
I
Come to
know.
Illinois.
We
all
were
the time.
so close.
We were so
You were
close.
in Indianapolis and we weren't coming
Timing
through
didn't
at
work
that
out.
time. Ah.
There you go. Ethan's got us covered. Thank you so much, Ray. I want to say a couple of thank yous.
Okay, yes, please. Because
So
Phil has
really
this.
quickly, we have some channels thing to start off. Scott from My Bourbon Journey was the first one to comment on anything that we did of all the channels out there, and he was awesome. He was like January, maybe February, before we'd even been like
We probably
started
had
to grow
100 people
in
that
that
were
neighborhood.
watching us.
He
Most of them
commented,
friends.
and he was still coming. He commented on Monday's video. He commented early on. He was so encouraging. So Scott from My Bourbon Journey has been he was the first channel to connect with us that we were like, starstruck. Dan and Sean from the Bourbon Junkies, they were the one. They started commenting on our stuff, and when we did You Only Need 5 Rye Whiskeys, they jumped in, and I said, if we do 5 Rye Whiskeys and we nominate you, would you do it? They said yes immediately. They didn't even hesitate, and that grew the channel by like 130 subscribers in one day. So we have to thank them. They were
we
awesome.
watched their video today.
Yeah, we watch all their videos. Jason C from Mash and Drum, inspiration, always very nice. When we did he did a $400 beginner bourbon list, and we reached out to him and said, hey, could we do 250? And he was like, yeah, of course, go for it. The nicest guy in the world. He's always, we go to his live streams and chat with you guys, so you see us there, and he's fantastic. So Jason C. Mash and Drum has always been supportive. Stuff and Whiskey, fantastic. Hosted us in Nashville. We had the best time.
Love you guys.
Josh and
It's
Aaron.
so great to meet people in real life.
Trevor, the Bourbon Wrench, thank you so much for showing us around Little Rock, Arkansas. We had the best time. It was so great. Thanks again. Bourbon of the Week, Chris has been, we met on Instagram, huge supporter of the channel ever since, and we're a big supporter of his channel too. We love what he's doing. He loves what we're doing. So it's just so fun. And a new baby. Congratulations on that. Whiskey Wimps. We love watching them.
PNW. Well, sort of.
Well,
West Coast. Yeah.
Whiskey Wimps on the West Coast. We love watching you guys. You crack us up, and you've been supporters of our channel for a long time. We have to thank you for that. So thank you. Patreon supporters. So many of our personal friends to begin with: Grizz, Levi, Ernie the Cat, JT and Beth, Levi and Meg, Grant and Liz, so many, Mike and Kimmy, so many that we can't even thank everybody.
We literally were they're so funny. We're like, oh, we're just gonna do this for fun. No one's gonna watch. And they were like, no, this is good. You guys are good. Like they were so supportive at the beginning. Like, you guys are actually doing a good thing. People will like this, get more involved, whatever. And so they encouraged us to go to the next level. So you guys are lovely. We love you.
Yeah.
Our besties in the entire world. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you kept us going when we weren't even sure. Ethan and Katie Turk, you guys are fantastic. And so many Patreon supporters have been awesome. And so many people that contributed to 5 Sip Friday.
Oh my
Purple
gosh.
Grain of Minnesota.
Purple Grain.
Chi-Town Sampler in
I hope
Chicago.
you're watching.
Oh, we hope you're watching. You kept us going, and
without
your samples, we wouldn't have done anything. L-Dubs was awesome.
I was gonna say 5 Sip Friday, you were very first. It was a very random thing. One of my best friends from college's friend, just happenstance chatting. We've met him a billion times, but through third party type.
Had no idea you were that into whiskey.
Didn't know you were into whiskey and bourbons, and then you started this whole thing, and I am so appreciative. And then from that, all of our Patreons.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, we love you guys so much. The love and the support we get from you on a daily basis, monthly basis, yearly basis, you deserve, I'm going to say you deserve better. We'll try to do better in 2022.
But let me call out a couple of our Patreons who have been awesome. Lyle A., one of our earliest supporters. Rich has been fantastic. Rich, thank you so much. Charles Center, fantastic. Brent Pounds sent us samples and has been a huge supporter of the channel. So great. When we were at kind of our lowest point with the channel, you were super supportive and sort of turned it around for us. We needed that. So thank you so much. Alaska Bob, Wendell Wilson, Paul, the first person to mention challenge cards. I didn't even know what you were talking about on Instagram when you
Seriously.
reached out to us. So thank you, Paul. Eric C, Ruby Heart 921, just fantastic. Chi-Town Sampler, we talked about. The Whiskey Pierogi on Instagram was a huge supporter early on, and kept us going. And of course, Purple Grain from Minnesota. I mean, there's so many more of you that I could say, but we're into credits now. What are you going to do? I will post credits at the end of this.
Rolling.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Advent tournament coming up next Wednesday. So tomorrow, 5-Sip Friday from Little Rock, Arkansas. There will be a bonus 5-Sip Friday. I think it's going to come out this weekend. Then Monday. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, Phil's very analytical, and he wants everything to be very in order of how we shot it, or in order of how we... Because obviously we are not on the road right now, but
we have a lot of road videos.
Our next 3 videos will be on the road because that's how this works. Right. So we might do a bourbon or like a what do you call it?
I have no idea.
Special 5-Sip Friday stuff and whiskey, because it's a little outlier that we took in Texas. Out of order. And we had some New Mexico stuff happening. So we haven't decided how we're going to release everything, but we love you guys. Please keep watching.
Yeah. There's Driver Joe, by the way. Joe Knott, also a huge supporter of the channel. Big supporter of the channel on Instagram for a really long time. One of our earliest supporters. And next time, we're going to get to Ohio at some point. We're going to come see you. And I'm very excited for that. Big supporter of the channel. Thank you so much.
Okay, so here's what I'm going to say. We're not leaving yet. I still have some whiskey here. We're just trying to get through our thank yous in case you guys have other channels to watch. You have families that are probably more important than we are.
At you, yeah.
Or it's bedtime, right? So at some places it's almost 11 o'clock, which is way past my bedtime. So we're gonna hang out, but we're good with it if you guys wanna scoot along. But if you want to stay, we're hanging out for just a little bit longer.
Eric C, Ruby Heart 921. We love you so much. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I need to get more glassware. Do you need more glasses? If we're gonna hang out just in time for a nightcap bourbon of the week, now you're talking.
Bourbon. Yeah. I'm so pumped for you, by the way. You just got the watch hours.
Yeah, he's partner on YouTube now.
Partner just on YouTube. Subscribe to Bourbon of the Week. He's lovely. We're just so pumped. So thanks for watching. And thanks for joining us. Everyone, I've just been having a great time. So I can't believe we've been live streaming for almost 3 hours. So that's, pretty exciting for me. I'm going to look at some of these. Phil vacated me. I'm I always say, like, I'm the color commentary. He's not allowed to leave me. But
I got to find glasses. I thought that they were over there, and they're not. They're over here.
Yeah.
They need to be rinsed.
Exactly. East Coast Baller here. Late is only when the sun comes up. Agreed. I used to be I'm from a I'm from a 50%. My mother stays up till like 2 a.m. I don't know how she does it. She is 70 years old, stays up till 1 a.m. basically every night. My father, on the other hand, was in the trades, went to bed at 8 p.m. So that dichotomy is interesting. So whenever we go to visit my family, it is just like one of those. I'm not 100% sure. I fall in between there where, like, I'm so happy going to bed at 10:30, but I also feel guilty about it. But if we have friends over, which we do sometimes, I take that pumpkin and I flip it upside down and I'm up till 2 a.m.
Flip the pumpkin.
Or I throw it at the street. What do you do with pumpkins?
Eric's in. I'm in.
Love it. Wait, is Eric C our next one?
Eric C and Ruby Heart 921 tomorrow. 5-Sip Friday.
We've already told you about the 5-Sip Friday. Eric C, Ruby Heart 921. Love you guys.
Yeah. Fantastic.
I feel like we have failed you twice now. But I really do enjoy this 5-Sip Friday, so check it out tomorrow.
What are we going to drink? You know what I'm going for? This bottle from Indiana.
Phil can't get over his roots. You do know that Phil's from Indiana. And we haven't really discussed it. We always say family lives in Indiana. But Phil is born and bred Indiana. He's a born and bred Hoosier.
This Remus single barrel store pick from Lake Liquors in Indiana, Cedar Lake. Oh, it tastes like butterscotch. It tastes like a Werther's. I love this stuff. You want one of these?
Well, no, I'm still.
You working on something else?
Wait, what is this Remus?
This is the single barrel.
Why
that we
is
got
there
in
so
Indiana.
much gone? I feel like I haven't had this yet. Were you drinking this with your brother?
Yeah.
Joel, remember us.
Cheers, Melissa. By the way, I see you checking out for the night. Thank you so
Oh.
much for all the support.
Yes, thank you.
David says, when you guys are in Portland, you have an open invite to the Ogre Lounge in Milwaukee. We have cigars, bourbons, and friends to welcome you.
Wait, where's that?
I
Wait.
can't say no to that.
Oh, down here?
Yeah. How about that? That's fantastic. Cheers, bud. Thank you, David. We will take you up on that.
Oh my gosh. So I got like very confused on this because I'm like, Milwaukee, Portland, what? And I'm thinking Milwaukee, Wisconsin, but you're talking Milwaukee.
With an
Oregon.
I.
Sorry, my bad. I got it now. Yes, exactly. We haven't decided. We were thinking about staying with some friends
February, right?
in February we've waffled between 1 week and 4 weeks. I have not discussed with my girlfriend yet.
Yeah. We might
But
just sleep in your house for the
That
next
would
4
be
weeks.
amazing.
Would that be all right?
Yeah, that would be amazing. I would love that.
That'd be great.
We're trying to figure out like,
This is a good one.
oh,
I know. It's opposite night. By the way, what are we drinking out of here? But stuff in whiskey glasses. Good looking glassware.
they were so sweet.
They were so
Let's talk
sweet.
about that. Like, just the sweetest people. You always talk about Southern hospitality, and I always think Tennessee, middle of the country. So, but it is pretty south.
Sure, absolutely.
But legit Southern hospitality.
Nicest
They
people
were
in the world.
lovely. I feel like even if there wasn't any whiskey tube happening,
Yeah.
they would invite you in your home, let you experience all of their spoils. You know, like we tried so many like amazing stuff
Yeah.
that we could not
And
get
we had a great time
and
doing a blind
cannot
with
get
them.
in Oregon.
They gave us we did a blind side by side
We did.
that we shared
did.
with our Patreons.
We-
That was fun.
And I actually rewatched because sometimes you just record something and you upload it and you're like, oh, I'm sure it's fine. I rewatched it and I thought, this is a good video. So I think, Stuff and Whiskey, if you're up for it, I'd love to do a collab live stream with you guys soon because we had a lovely rapport.
We need to do a live stream with them. We need to do a live stream with Trevor from the Bourbon Ranch.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And whoever.
Those are two things that we definitely want to do. Whiskey Mountains. We want to do a collaboration with you, even if it means we go
Whiskey
and hike
Mountains.
together.
I'm hiking.
Whiskey
Even if
Mountains,
it's just you and
absolutely.
me, girl. Mm,
That would be a great video. I would watch it.
I know. I love hiking. Or if you
Cheers
want to
to
come
real
here,
Phil must share
I
once.
really want
I'm
to
an
do the
enigma.
Timberline Trail.
That's a lot of whiskey.
It's like a 4-day.
You're
I don't know
talking
if you can
about
handle
40
that.
You're talking about more than 40 miles. That's a lot of
We
whiskey.
could do a lot of whiskey in 4 days.
In Indiana, 6:50 a.m. is coming soon. So signing off. Thanks so much, Bill Becker. Cheers. Thank you so much
Thanks,
for the
Bill.
support. Bill's a Hoosier. He is
Definitely. He pretends like not, but he is born and bred.
David says we have a driveway. That's all we need.
Yeah.
Tennessee's 100% south. Sure. Who's your daddy? Me, obviously.
Who's your daddy?
Ladies on the trail. Holler. Love it.
For sure.
One more heavens to our poor. Then the old person's off to sleep with several times up during the night wandering around the house.
So this is
Cheers.
Rich, this is
Love
like
it.
my weird old person thing. I mean, I'm not old. I'm older than I was before, but I'm not old. But like lately,
wrong.
I don't know if it was because we were just in the van for so long, and van life is different than living in your home, right? So you don't have you can watch Netflix and you can do all the things that you might do at home or bake. Some people might bake. But in the van, you have very limited things that you could do. So it's like you do all your things, the sun goes down, you listen to jazz music in our case, any other music in our case, have a few bourbons, and then you're like, oh, I should do a crossword puzzle and go to bed, pretty much. So we got really accustomed to like early nights and then waking up early with the sun. So it's been quite interesting coming home, don't you think? Like I feel like the cat's not accustomed to what's happening here, but like by 6:30 a.m. at like at the latest, I'm like bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Like I'm ready to like
Ready
get
to get
up,
out there.
coffee's going, doing stuff. And then by 9:30 I'm
I love it.
exhausted.
Yeah, I love going to bed early.
Yeah.
What can you do? Ethan, you live in Jackson? Is that right? We were that close to your house. We didn't realize.
Wait, Mississippi?
Yeah. No.
Tennessee.
Tennessee.
Wait, we were in Jackson,
I
Tennessee.
know. I didn't realize.
Oh, but they weren't there.
weren't
They
there,
were, yeah.
Joe says we need a Strava bourbon hike segment. And by the way, if you are a runner, join our running club.
I
We are on
ran
Strava.
today, and I
You did.
missed. I am reluctantly, 1,000% reluctantly saying this. I missed running, and I say that it's because like running is a time for me and for podcasts, and those are two very true statements. But I loved the fresh air, and today, like we've had so much rain in the last week, it's I don't know about you, but like Oregon smells. We have a lot of juniper trees here, and this last week has smelled so.
Yes.
It is just lovely, and I could not get enough of running. I'm still slow, still the slowest runner that has ever ran.
That's not
Ever.
true. That's not true.
I'm gonna do a Bell Mead to finish up the night because Bell Mead is.
Make it to Bourbon Distillery. If you make it 3 miles away, that's encouraging. We do. We get small batch out here and sometimes port finish. That's it. And we looked actually when we were on the road. We wanted to find a cask strength or single barrel. Did not actually find anything. So that is a distillery in the past that we've liked very much. But we haven't found anything that's been super exciting in our travels lately. So at some point.
Yeah. I did have one of my close friends reach out, and she was like, I heard you're in the van. Are you going to come to the East Coast? And I'm hoping soon. Because I do. If you guys didn't have brutal winters, I'd live there in a heartbeat.
Yeah. We love the history of it, too. Joe says just joined a running club but did a 25-mile bike trainer ride tonight. I did 9.13 earlier today. Almost died.
Joe, I'm going to. When I was doing my marathon trainer, all I kept thinking was like, I miss biking so much. You and I will connect because I love biking. I mean, I want to keep running.
We actually have kind of a lot of riders who follow us and who do who are part of the group on Strava.
So I will look out for you because I'm interested. I think I'm going to do a lot more running. Oh no, sorry, I'm going to do a lot more biking this year. I have a couple close friends that do biking just in general, not just on the trainers, which is what we have, but just on the trails that we have here. I want to get more into that. So
agreed.
Yeah.
Check your email for contact. You got it. Thank you, Stephen. We got you. We'll take care of it.
Hey, congratulations again.
Fantastic.
I'm actually pumped for you.
So excited. Yeah. Both of those flights are things that they're just chock full of things we've never had before. So congrats to both of you.
I don't know if it's like it always sounds more sexy in a movie, but like naivete. What is the word?
Naivete.
Yeah, it's like being naive of something.
Naivete.
Of like trying things. But like anytime feels like, oh, I have all this amazing stuff that I just picked up. And I'm like, I don't know any of this. I'm excited. And all of the things in the whiskey flights, I'm like, those distilleries sound amazing. I've never had any of them. I'm always like super pumped, right?
Super pumped.
So I'm pumped for you.
There you go. Yeah. That works.
Oh, that TAY.
Jeez. You didn't really hold back on that pour.
Nobody has to know.
Nobody has to know.
We're just having fun.
We're going to have fun for several hours yet, apparently.
It's only 8 our time, but we have got few viewers. It's weird to say this is a show. Viewers, it's like 11 o'clock. They're doing like way better stuff than we are. Wait, Norman.
Well, that is an awesome pour. Well done. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Well, what have we done tonight? We celebrated 1 year.
So you did the ones. So you know what I find is very interesting. You did ones. You didn't put 1910 in there,
Well,
which
because
actually is probably a
we
little
did
bit too.
Chattanooga 111,
And I am I love it.
right?
I'm
And we
glad that I didn't taste it before we got here because I would have asked for another bottle, which would have
Yeah.
been more money.
We did Lee W. Sinclair 4-grain bourbon, the proof of 111.1, right?
I'm gonna say that's my number one of the night.
It was fantastic.
So
And
if
then-
I was doing the thing, that is actually like that topped off of our three. That was my number one.
And then number 3 was Wild Turkey
Mango.
Master's Keep.
Oh, not mango.
One.
Is that gonna go up on the shelf?
It's going to have to go up on the top because I'm not getting rid of that packaging. It's beautiful and delicious.
Yeah.
Fantastic. So a lot of ones.
It's lovely.
Yeah.
I'm having a great time.
Having a great time.
Yeah. And I can't wait to like share with a friend. So like what we did on the road is that before we left, we packed up a lot of samples to bring like not only to your brother, but to friends and family along
Anybody
the way.
that we stayed with was getting an Eagle Rare. That's how it went.
Yeah, because as you know, in the last couple of years, or year and a half, well, it's almost been 2 years now. It's just been more difficult to like have people in your spaces and to do all of the things. And like that's the thing that I miss the most is the family, is the friends, is the community that you share all of this stuff with.
Mhm.
So we have all of these lovely bourbons and whiskeys. We're doing a few things locally, but hopefully in the spring and the fall we can come and meet all of you guys. Probably not all of you, but like some
Every
of you
single one of
guys.
you. We're coming to your houses. We're sleeping in your beds.
Some of you guys and bringing stuff that we have, and then we can share.
Katie wants to know
Along
about
the
your
way.
tipsy drunk persona. You're seeing it.
Oh yeah, like I'm totally in. This is me.
Yeah.
Of course, it doesn't feel much more different. I might be even more chatty. Like sometimes I'll be like, Julie, you're talking too much. Cut it. I mean, internally, and then Phil like takes on. But now I'm just like a ramble.
I haven't talked much. I start off talking a lot, and then I get quiet, like right now. Drunk persona nicknames, what are they?
I don't know. What do you think?
Big Danger.
Oh, Phil is Big Danger. That's a good. That's great. Phil is Big Danger. He has been for 20 years.
It's such a stupid nickname because I'm afraid of everything.
Real life, he is that guy who you're hiking with. Whiskey Mountains, if you're still online. We go hiking. I have a couple friends, Grizz and Liz. It's usually the four of us that go. Zach sometimes, if Zach is still on, we'll go hiking, and it's literally all of us on the ledge.
Zach who brings one goo when the rest of us have brought a sandwich.
Yeah, I bring a sandwich that's like a 12-footer. Anyway, so we'll go on these like hikes or whatever, and we'll be like, "Oh, look at this!" And you'll walk to the edge of some cliff.
Not even once.
And we're all just like staring over, and Phil's like yelling at me from the background,
Like,
"Get away from the edge!
Do you want to die?
Do you want to die?" And
You're gonna die.
in my head, I'm thinking like, "We've got an insurance policy. You'll be
Nobody
fine."
plays it safer.
But Phil's this plays it safer, and I'm the
Risk
let's
taker.
get the real experience along with all my friends. So we all kind of make fun of him, but you know, that's why you want me on the bike, not Phil.
Yeah, I'm not fun. Ruby, it's 10 o'clock here and we're eating a frozen pizza. All your fault. And they did heat it up. We need to do that too.
So
I'm hungry.
Phil at lunch today was like, I was on a business. It sounds less sexy, but a business call. I was on a call with one of my bosses, and our light just lost.
The light was so bored by that story it just killed itself.
Anyway, that's so funny. Could we plug that back in?
I got another one. Oh, the USB is so hot it actually burned my finger.
That's so funny. So I was on a call at lunch, and Phil like holds a frozen pizza out in my peripheral, and he's like, and I could tell it's like, is this for lunch? And I'm like, no, because I had a bunch of leftover taco stuff that I wanted to eat. And then we get done, and I was like, that's what we're eating after the live stream because it's easy.
Yeah.
And
Well,
now
anyway.
it's 8. We haven't eaten all day. We did feed Norman early, just knowing that this was going to happen.
Yeah, he was going to be a nuisance anyway. Well, okay, we're going to answer one more question tonight. Don't blame me, Phil. There are no cliffs in Indiana, right?
Cliffs. Yeah.
Ron wants to know what's the bottle you couldn't live without.
Good question. Do you know?
If we had to choose one for both of us that we both
Wait.
love so much that, like, if
Is
it
it-
was one
so-
for the pair, Bellmead 108.3.
Yeah. Okay, so I was gonna ask, like, what are the restrictions? Like, it's like you have. It's kind of like the Desert Island book.
Yeah.
Which is impossible because who would want to read the same book over and over? But yeah. So you can drink it every day. Oh, I don't hate that Bell Mead because I
Right?
love the proof point on that. It's a
Mhm.
little spicy. The flavors are
Yeah, that's a good bottle.
amazing. It's
That's a great
not
bottle.
ryes are not for every day.
If the house is on fire, yeah,
Ooh,
that's
you know
an
what's so
interesting
funny?
question.
The Russell's 10 could actually be a contender.
Russell's 10 for if you only had one bourbon for the rest
No,
of your
that's what
life.
I'm saying for the rest, and
Yeah.
it's like what is the good mix? And I'm also don't hate me, Stag Junior. If it was unlimited and I could just, it's like you could just choose one and you just have it for the rest. Stag Junior is.
Yeah, Stag Junior is the best.
I don't even
bottle.
care what year it is. You can
Yeah.
just pick a year.
The 15 and the 16, those batches 15 and 16 are fantastic.
I'm not even picking Old Forester, even though 1910 I could over 1920 I would legit drink for the rest of my life and be very happy. But if we're
I'd
combining
be happy with 1910,
it,
but I want 1920.
but I also think that Bell Mead is superior
It's right in the middle.
to that,
Yeah.
like in flavor profile, in complexity, in balance, and
If
all
you're
that
talking about
kind of stuff.
satisfying both of our tastes, Bellmead 108.3.
Is that too many? Did we do too many choices?
I think we nailed it.
Yeah.
Well, we are in overtime by a considerable amount at this point.
Wait, let's keep. Well, anyway,
Um,
I have all of this. Everyone's still on. No, you want to cut it? Okay, we can cut it.
single Jack Daniel's single barrel proof. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
No, we're 3 hours and 15 minutes in, and then at some point it's a thing.
Too much.
And we'll be on next Wednesday to
That's true.
choose the bottles behind us that are going to wind up in
I'm
our Advent
excited.
tournament. So we've got another week of
That's
this
true.
coming up. So tomorrow, 5-6 Friday, on the Arkansas Little Rock riverfront, in a windy, stormy, crazy night. Monday, Texas whiskey. Wednesday, we're choosing
True.
the bottles for our Advent tournament. More 5-6 Fridays. There are bonus 5-6 Fridays coming this month, as well as we round out season 1 of that series. It's all happening. So keep watching the Bourbon Van. Thank you for watching the Bourbon Van, and thank you so much for all the support. There are too many of you to thank individually, so we're just going to say thank you so much. And
We've had a great time.
we've had a great time. 1 year gone. I almost can't believe it. Thank you so much. And
Oh, wait. Did you pour something new when I poured this?
no, I've been drinking this. This guy.
That's so funny. I concur.
Okay. Well,
We've had a love. I mean,
yeah.
I will say, in all seriousness, I cannot believe we've got to a year. I literally cannot. Like, I do remember the first time that Phil was like, hey, we got one subscriber today. And even if we didn't have any subscribers, like, you guys are amazing. I've had such a great time. We're doing things that we would do anyway, but it does feel enhanced, like having you part of the community.
Yeah.
Our Patreons are just literally the best. I'm just like obsessed.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just like so happy. And I can't believe we've made it to a year. I literally did not think this would happen. So I'm excited.
Julie's more surprised than I am.
Phil
but,
wanted 1 year, make it to the Advent tournament, we'll call it good. And I'm like, we made it.
I agree with 13 and 18, Shelby. Thank you so much, everybody. Cheers. And from wherever we are,
Oh, to wherever you are.
cheers.
Love you guys. Thanks again.